Okay, hello folks and peoples and or humans. I am obviously just tweaking a few things here, so bear with me. I'll get chat open here in a second. There's a couple things I got to do, including getting the audio. Oh, look at that. My laptop is playing some audio. Bear with me just one more second while I sort this out. Just got to get this guy going. There, we've got some background music. Today's going to be a little different than the usual lore stream because so far, I'm here all alone. Devin and Tom are both dead. Yes, Beskar. It's unfortunate, but here we are. They're not at a convention. They are, in fact, gone. No. Yeah, they're at Adepticon, sounds right. Yeah, something like that. All right, I've just grabbing up all of the various chats. And I'm going to just double check that everything sounds about right. All right. And we're going to pause that. And we're going to scroll down so I can actually see the chat. And I believe Mal just walked in the door. No rush. No rush. You're good. Oh, you brought muffins. Oh, wow. No, you're good. You're good. It's Beskar, Richter, and I hanging out. I think that's everybody that's in. So, hello, Richter, Beskar. We will get you set up with a mic. Yeah. I'll entertain chat. You do your stuff. And I got to focus cameras still, so I'll do that in a minute. But, yeah, Mal and I are going to be hanging out with you today because pretty much everybody else is away at a convention. Like, legitimately almost everyone. Devin, Tom, Austin, and a few of the other Chums Change people, I think, are all there. Paul's gone. Merch is around, but had other stuff going on today. We did not have anywhere near enough people to play Tides tonight. So we're going to hang out. We're going to talk Deadliest Dungeon. We'll probably talk about some lore as well. And then we won't be streaming anything here after the lore stream, but if anybody feels like coming and hanging out, my wife and I will be streaming over on Dice to Pixels later this evening. We'll be playing some cozy games and just chilling. So if anybody wants to fill the hours hanging out, you're welcome to. But in the meantime, what we're going to do during the lore stream, it'll probably be a bit longer than usual, would be my guess. We're going to do some building of the next Deadliest floor. We're going to talk about the most recent season of Deadliest, because technically, I'm sure you know this because we've talked about it previously, but the season of Deadliest is coming to an end. We're sort of working through the finale right now. The characters and everything are staying the same, but we're like calling it a new season, starting with the next floor. Just because we've got some rule changes that we've been doing and things are stabilizing. And so we have the same crew for a while now and they're working out. So we want to keep that going. And Dice 2 Pixels. Here, I'll drop it in chat. Dice 2 Pixels on YouTube and Twitch. So we streamed both. And we're going to go live probably about an hour after we shut this stream down. I don't know exactly when that'll be, but I'll remind people towards the end of the stream. We've been playing Graveyard Keeper, which is just like a cozy sort of dark humor version of, but it's in the same vein as like a Stardew Valley, and just hanging out. It's been fun, but yeah, we're gonna talk about Deadliest a bunch. We're gonna do some building. I see Mal has. All right, actually, let's do some guesswork here. So I think you can see, and I know I have not focus the cameras yet, but they're small, so it's probably not bothering you too much. So this is the pot of stuff that Mal has here. So we're gonna guess what we're doing here. So we've got cornstarch, we've got baby oil, and we've got Elmer's glue. All right, so I think we're going to give an infinite bath and then glue it to something and throw cornstarch at it. Am I right? Oh, there's more. Oh, and then we're, the lemon juice seems just cruel. So,
These are snacks.
you must weigh. Well, Bezgar, thanks for dropping in to say hi. And yeah, CDOT, we're happy to have new people drop in and keep us company. So, you have an idea? Yeah, I have well, okay, so full disclosure, Adrian knows some of what's going on because obviously we're going to be fighting Phil as the final boss. My character knows nothing. I know a little bit. I'm good at compartmentalization, and Mal's going to be busy, and we needed somebody to actually hang out with chat, so that's mostly why I'm here. Mal, when you are settled, and there is no rush, what are you looking for? Painter's tape. Yep, we did. Bear with me. I believe it ended up over here. Probably under my stuff. Or not. Oh, did they take it with them? They have a tendency to, like, grab stuff and run when they go to conventions. Sorry if it's a little disconcerting to have me leave camera but still be on the... You have an idea of the stuff on the table? Yeah, I mean... Look, if I had to guess... We're basically building landscape. Pretty much. I don't know what the lemon juice is for. But I'll find out. Let me unmute a mic for you. That is Austin. So
damn it, I'm Austin today? Damn.
You're Austin today,
Come on. Of all the mics I could have grabbed. Of all the mics.
Well, here, I'll change the scribble strip to not Austin.
Thank you.
Just for you.
Thank you.
Not Austin.
I don't want to be Austin.
Okay, now you are not Austin.
Wonderful.
Landscape or slime? I'm thinking probably a bit of both, maybe. We'll see.
We're turning into a slime channel, actually. That's the secret. It's why we're ending the season.
Yeah, it's just we're doing ASMR all summer.
Yep. That's it.
So what we do know...
This table will not support me. That's fine.
No. Well, I mean, I think it probably would, but it's not very stable.
No.
So what we do know from just the end of the last episode, part of this is also for anyone who needs a bit of a catch-up. We're happy to answer questions about what's going on with Deadliest and everything else. But where we left off, like the very end of where we left off, it looked very much like our dear friend Eleanor, who Austin can't be here for the next couple of weeks, mostly because of conventions and stuff, is being... Yeah, if anyone's seen the X-Men movie where Magneto, like, takes over the giant mechs by, like, threading copper wire and stuff into them, same idea, except Phil's doing that with Eleanor with his roots. So he's just sort of, like, making an Eleanor puppet by growing his root system into him.
Basically.
That certainly seems to be what's going on.
I mean, Eleanor carried him for so long after murdering his family.
And if it becomes an issue, I am happy to move over to the DM spot, because right now I am not blocked, but Mal and I are opposed, and she's standing.
It may be easiest for you to
we may switch that up. Right now I'm going to stand up and focus the cameras. Will you give us a little bit of... well, are you going to share what you're building, or are we going to find out as you build it?
I can share what I'm building as an extension of our chat about what happened last session. Because
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, you lead the convo for a moment while I focus some cameras.
I got you. So, Phil has become more than Phil, and
as if that's a thing.
And that all occurred in the waiting room. So what I'm actually building out is, even though the waiting room in my heart of hearts is very much like that liminal space, you can't really tell how big it is, you can never tell how long you've been in there, you just exist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, maps are required. Or like quite necessary when it comes to big set pieces.
When you want us to fight things, they tend to help. Okay.
They do tend to help.
Generally focused up.
It's unfortunately quite difficult to make a map of a liminal space. So we're making it a normal space for now. But doing some foam board and honestly, no waiting room's gonna have 5-foot wide tiling, but that's what we're going with because
Yeah.
some things need to remain realistic.
Switch mics here.
Yeah.
Move over to the DM spot.
Also, if you could pull up maybe on the other monitor what we look like,
I can do that.
that would be appreciated. Thank you.
I can do that. I won't, but I can.
Oh, well, you know what? Fair enough. So I have so much stuff. I was so scared to build this map, and then I put it off, and then now I am doing the thing. So that's normal and fine. And anybody who does crafting knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but that was just a fantastic way of describing
It's the thing. We do have, so what Phil did.
Slime with minifigs in it is actually a great idea, by the way. See that?
What's up?
Pursuant to our slime ASMR
Yes.
discussion, slime with minifigs in it.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't
yes.
go in for that sort of like video, but that would be popular. No question.
That would in fact be popular.
Yeah.
But yeah, Phil very fittingly has grown into a tree. And so we are, and also it cracks me up that Aiden used tree supports on this for like no reason, like it for the tree base.
Well, because that's the default now.
I know, but also tree supports
Yeah,
for the
I
tree.
agree. It's good.
So we have a tree base here. Am I gonna have to buff it the hell up? Probably, because I am basing this off of this. I don't know if this is that spoilery. This is not gonna be a single phase fight. You're
Well,
not just fighting a tree.
Given that you had told us that we were going to do a 2-week finale.
Yeah.
I assume that you were going to make it 2 or 3 phases of a fight, and then we were going to end up not getting through the first phase in
absolutely.
week 1, and then you're going to be like, I thought you guys were going to get further.
Are you saying that because that's happened like 30 times?
Well, that's just always what happens with Deadliest Dungeon.
That's just always what happens with D&D, I think.
Well, that too, yeah. I mean, I don't think we've ever not had that happen, so...
Yeah. I feel for all of our DMs.
I don't. I'm usually part of the problem, so I like to keep that streak going.
I am also usually part of the problem, not gonna lie. Say
enough.
Val is usually part of the problem.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. I almost, and this is just a little peek into how my brain is, almost just drank lemon juice because I was thirsty.
There's worse things to drink.
There are.
Do you have anything to drink?
No, I'll go grab a bubbly at some point.
Okay.
But, okay. So yeah, the waiting room is canonically somewhat of a liminal space within the Deadliest Dungeon. But I was thinking we could chat a little bit of Deadliest lore because I don't know how much people actually know
sure.
about it.
Yeah.
And
It has evolved several times.
it really has, and not over the course of this season, but
No.
over the course of all the seasons.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Merch is unable to be here with us.
That's okay.
It is okay. Hopefully he's watching, because I would very much love to catch him up on it, because in the absence of Austin, we have one very lovely Aaron Merch joining our party.
The loveliest, if you will.
Indeed. In vanquishing, well, assumedly vanquishing Phil. Honestly,
yeah, I was going to say, you're giving us... listen, of all the enemies we've ever faced, Phil will be by far the hardest.
Yes, and also you guys didn't seem like you really wanted to hurt Phil all that much at the end of last session, despite what happened to Eleanor.
Well, I mean, the question is, who do we like more between the two?
Oh, definitely Phil.
I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
The thing is, if all he wanted to do was take over Eleanor and make him a husk... first of all, Solomon would have no problem with this.
Well, yes.
Just to be perfectly clear. And by which I mean Solomon's hat would have no problem with this.
Yes, of course.
But also, I mean... So we lose Eleanor. That's not a problem. When he starts obviously becoming violent, that'll be a different thing.
Well, yes.
Yeah, the amount of time we can spend opening doors chests. It's, it's good. It's good when it works. Sometimes we spend too much time faffing about, but other times it's great because it's entertaining.
It is very entertaining.
But yeah, I suspect this fight will be one of those classic ones where you have a plan and then we inevitably screw it up by taking too long to do stuff.
Yeah, but that's okay.
You know what? That's Deadliest Dungeon, baby.
That's Deadliest Dungeon.
That's how it
and
works.
Honestly, like, we say we want it done by June, or like in June. It'll be done in June. How much of June it takes, we'll find out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, for all we know, we'll find some loophole that you hadn't considered and roll some natural 20s and it'll be fine.
That would be insane. I would allow it.
Well, especially for a finale, I think that's even a fitting way to go.
Yes, absolutely. But it will be entertaining nonetheless. Now, one interesting thing I did not consider coming into this, which may be an issue considering that we have, how many days is it? A handful? Is we don't have minis for the Wither Witch or the Architect.
Yeah.
So
I see what you're saying.
we might just have to find some
Do
fitting
we not have
minis.
a mini for you?
We don't.
Oh.
Which is very, I don't
know why
the
we
DM
don't.
has always been a character in Deadliest
Yeah.
Dungeon. Does Tharius have a mini?
I don't even know.
That's the question. Like, have we? Also, I don't know if Kyle's season had that.
The Kyle's season, there was not an overt,
Guy.
or at least it hadn't been revealed as far as I remember it.
Okay.
Because the first season of Deadliest Dungeon, going back to the very beginning, was that it was really just them fighting through the Tower of Serpentica.
Right.
Which, for anyone who's not up to date on the lore streams that we've been doing, the Tower of Serpentica is essentially a vaguely mechanical missile of sorts that the lunar hordes fire into Imaria in an attempt to breach the veil. And they fire these pretty regularly, but because of the time dilation of the veil, they only actually manage to like puncture and come into Imaria once every significant amount of time.
Right.
And so the first, I don't think the inspector needs a mini Ivagor. Welcome. How's it going? Definitely not watching while still on the clock at work. That'd be irresponsible.
That would be
fair
irresponsible. Why are you doing that?
enough. I will answer your question, C-Dot, in just a moment.
Yeah, that's fine. It's supposed to be broken.
So basically the first season was just literally sort of can these heroes of the realm defeat the hordes within the Tower of Serpentica and save Imaria. And that's sort of originally that was the description, that was sort of the plan around Deadliest Dungeon, was just that periodically it would be a group of heroes fighting through the latest tower. It's evolved a couple of times since then. I mean, in reality, there's nothing to say that the current ones don't still take place in a tower.
Well, yes.
I mean, or within at least a veil pocket that is the result of lunar horde activity.
Fair.
Like because that's such a wide net, you can hand wave a lot in that. But that is not like whether or not we hand wave that to still be the case for lore purposes. That is not the goal or the like proximal canon around Deadliest Dungeon these days.
No, especially with the animated show being worked on, I believe.
There's something going on with that.
There's something going on, and
That's
it's very
the theory.
cool, and it means that there's official lore coming soon.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I believe
And it
official
will
lore.
only change 4 times between now and then.
Yes, but as of right now, I believe it is that there is some guy, I forget what he's called. I believe he's called... I don't remember his name.
But yeah, there's
Tommy knows.
a thing.
There's a guy who really wants to get into Imaria, or is trapped in some sort of Dread Realm equivalent, I believe.
Yeah.
And is trying to get out, and is recruiting people to help him try get out.
Yeah.
That's essentially it, and he wants souls. And there's all this lore around the Keymaster not dying, and that being why, like, they're missing souls, all that jazz. But this guy is recruiting people to help, and to fit in with that, like, I guess, overarching current lore of the Deadliest Dungeon, we have managed to finagle our current season lore into fitting in with it, which is really delightful. And speaking of current season lore, I was thinking of maybe dropping some lore today over the course of the stream, because nobody else is here.
This isn't a lore stream. We can't do that.
We can't do that? Oh no.
So real quick, see now the reason that we are trying to end our season in June is actually very, very simple and practical. Klaus and Helen need some time off in the summer. They have stuff that they need to do that they can't be here reliably. And so we basically had a chat among the group and said, well, listen, we need some time to work on the Deadliest Dungeon anyways, in terms of overlays, chatbots, inspiration mechanics, just all of the stuff that we've been kind of picking away at over the last little while. We're like, we need to spend some time really brainstorming and working on that stuff anyways. So why don't we just say we're taking a hiatus over the summer? We'll still be live with stuff here and there. We'll still be doing stuff. You'll all be in the loop on what we're working on. But we're basically just taking the Deadliest Dungeon won't be running. We will likely be doing some lore streams, some like one-off dread type games, some like whatever.
Charity stream
charity
is on
streams.
the docket.
And so we're going to be doing all that stuff while we figure out in the background, you know, we're going to rework a bunch of the overlays. We're going to rework chatbots. We're going to do all that stuff. And then when we come back, when Helen and Klaus are back available, same characters, same DM, we're literally going to the next floor. It's the same dungeon. We're just rebranding it as Season 5 so that we can come in strong. For anyone coming in from YouTube, seeing the latest season, the latest playlist, whatever, they're coming into a consistent, polished, or at least more polished product. So
Yes.
that's why we're doing it.
You don't know if it's the next floor.
Well, it kind of
but-
has to be at this point.
We'll
Because
see.
we're ending in the...
You're ending in the waiting room, yes?
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, maybe it's not a floor, but it's not going to be the last floor, probably. Because the last floor we kind of finished.
Yes. There are secrets.
Yeah, oh, I believe it. I believe it.
But currently, you're dealing with a catastrophe of assumedly mostly your own fault.
No, listen. First of all, bringing Phil into full sentient gloriousness is, I reject that it's being described as a problem, for starters. Second of all, it's completely of our own doing.
Yes, 100%, yes.
You said sort of our own doing. This is completely our own doing.
Yes. You all decided that Phil was alive and a player.
Yeah. And we maintain that.
Yes.
Like, none of our characters are going to be surprised that Phil is doing this. It's just, of course he is. Phil is the new teammate. And it won't be until Phil actually, like, lashes out at one of us that we'll be like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So when we talk about... Exactly. It's not a problem. It's fulfilling a purpose. Exactly. Thank you. So when we talk about Dread Realms, just FYI, there's a reason we mentioned Dread Realms, but to be clear, they are not Dread Realms. They are not... They share spiritual, like, similarity with them.
Yes.
But when we talk about Dread Realms, what we're actually talking about, that's just so that people understand what we mean, because more people know about Dread Realms than they know about Veil Pockets.
Yes.
Basically, we're talking about areas in the Veil that... the Veil is basically littered with pocket dimensions, both in time and space. And indeed planes, to a large extent, because of the way that it was created. And so when we're talking about a Dread Realm, what we're talking about is a Veil Pocket. And that can be a different time, a different place, a different plane. It can be a convergence of places and planes. It can be a convergence of time. It can be a convergence of all of that.
Yep.
And so the...
Time can be warped. Space can be warped.
So that's sort of where the deadliest dungeon takes place, and we've always kind of known that. Like even when we're talking about the Tower of Serpentica in the first season, it's still effectively a pocket of veil energy because it pierces the veil and sort of drags it along with it. So
Yes.
so yeah, that's sort of what we mean, just for context, when we say, you know, a dread realm or a dread-like realm or whatever. It's a pocket of.
I've been calling it like a pocket dimension.
It is.
Like,
It's
personally.
absolutely a pocket dimension in all of the ways that D&D sort of lays out pocket dimensions. It is that. It's just that it happens to be all of the dimensions, the planes, the times, the whatever that already existed. So like you would never get something that goes back in time before the beginning of Imaria, for instance, because that would have been like twisted out of existence essentially.
Right.
At least I doubt you would ever see that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Not that it couldn't necessarily happen, but it would be very unlikely to still be in one piece. But anyways, continue.
No, dear Lord, what was that?
That's Austin.
Oh my God, they did it!
Aiden, yeah, Austin recorded screams for us. So you're gonna see in the next couple of sessions, because Austin is being destroyed by Phil from within.
And notably kept alive.
Yeah, periodically you will hear us tap a button and you will hear. I don't know how well that comes across on mic right now.
That's incredibly
We
funny.
only have one scream button? Did Austin... Was he a... Oh.
Huh?
Apparently we only have this one.
Where are the other ones?
Apparently Austin's the worst.
Oh, well, we knew that already.
We'll just have to get him on the phone.
Call
He
him in the middle
recorded them
of...
all but forgot them at home.
I can just go to
Oh
his house.
My
I'll go to his
God.
house.
Just
I'll do
break
it.
in.
Yes, I'll do it. I know where he lives.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, we could probably get something figured out, but one screen button is still pretty
One
good.
screen button is already quite good. It's
Yeah.
very exciting, and it will be very funny. Yeah, so notably, for people who don't know any of our characters or the DM characters in Deadliest Dungeon, if you've only joined during Aiden's floor, or if you're new here or haven't had the chance to watch Deadliest this season yet, we have the Wither Witch, who is a archfey, played by me, yours dearly, a lovely little archfey who seems to be, I guess not in control of, but like masterminding this.
Well, definitely in control of construction.
No, dear God, no. There is a reason that people were hired.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, in control in regards to, like...
What's going on?
You are
yes.
clearly the one who is designing various things.
Yes.
Obviously, you have minions that do the actual building and everything. But
Yes, the minion being the architect.
one of, yeah. I assume there's other ones, but...
Largely, so I can give a little lore background here.
Or that the architect has subcontractors or something.
That is more so what it is, I believe. Is that this archfey has, for her own reasons, necessitated this Deadliest Dungeon, and is working together with the, people in control of this little veil pocket.
Listen, no pocket of untold suffering would be complete without some bureaucracy. So,
Oh, absolutely.
like, we get it.
Now, as Fae, I don't like bureaucracy in the slightst.
Of course.
But I do like verbal contracts. So
Sure.
I finagled some fiends into helping me out. The architect being one of them, dragged into this situation, as I'm pretty sure the players have figured out he's not very happy to be here at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seemed like there was some contention there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But, as an archfey, I do have good control over mana. Well, not mana necessarily, but the weave, the magic side of things.
Yeah.
Maybe this might be my ADHD bleeding into my character. However, Sitting down and planning out the structure of a location is not my strong suit. And there you've seen, actually, if people look back on floor 2, examples of that, where you see the caution tape, where you see the excessive use of teleportation rather than trying to make physical. And
listen.
it's actually canonical. I know I'm saying it retrospectively. It's not that I'm justifying laziness. It is because it is actually in my notes. It is canonical.
Listen, I knew that the Wither Witch didn't enjoy details and finishing things. When the first episode, we had to open a door backwards.
Oh, dear God.
Listen, I'm still not over that.
You'll never will be.
I never will be. Can I just, on a crafting note, I years ago found, and I don't know if they still make it, but do they still make the hard foam sheeting? That's very open cell hard foam.
Like the pink foam?
No,
Okay.
it's white foam and it's very hard. But I'll see if I can find it.
If they do, I have not run into it at the moment.
Because I used to get it, and I would just, similar to what you're doing, except I would just take a plastic yardstick, stand it up on its end, and then just tap it in, and it would
Ooh.
retain the V shape, and it would just. It took me 2 minutes to make a 3x3 sheet of 1-inch grid.
That is lovely. That does sound very
It was
nice.
so great.
Okay.
But I don't know if they still sell it.
So the easy part's done now.
Well, real quick. So there's a couple things I need to read here because
Yeah.
first of all, Ivocore says yes, you can hear this.
It's very loud.
It's very loud for us. I suspect it's not so loud for them.
Fair.
But it is audible, which is great.
Amazing.
The architect does have a union, which I
Yes.
figured. The architect strikes me as someone who does like bureaucracy.
He's a fiend. He's mandated to enjoy bureaucracy.
Exactly. Or at least enjoying the suffering that it brings. Xenon said, on this episode of Lore, we break into players' houses for screaming loot, which that definitely will be next week.
Yes.
Or later this week. And fantastic pun, bureaucracy, it's not for the faint of heart. and then some Portal reference, which is great. Now we're playing with portals.
Yes.
Love it.
Love.
And
love.
no, I wouldn't expect the Union to have dental coverage. I mean, Ivocore, that's... Did you mention the mushroom portal / Phil foreshadowing?
Oh, no, I didn't. So we do actually do...
Sorry. Ivocore says it absolutely does have dental. So
Yeah, it does.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, continue.
Yeah, so we've actually had this finale planned for some amount of time.
Sure.
Especially because this season's gone. The season has had some floors that have gone on for some amount of time. Just putting that one out there. So yeah, you will recall, or you can go back to. Do you think this tree needs to be bigger? I don't think so. I think that's fine.
That's a very large tree.
That is a very large tree. That's good enough for now.
That's the base of that is 80 feet wide.
Yep.
So does it need to be bigger? I would say no.
I don't think so. No. Okay. Where was I? Yes. You will note that at the end of my floor, where I transported people using a mushroom circle, as per very Archfey rules,
Yes.
there were, in fact, 5 larger mushrooms in the circle that lit up. A player stepping in would light up a mushroom, and
Yes.
notably, when Eleanor stepped in, 2 mushrooms lit up,
Yes, we did know that.
with Phil strapped to his back.
Yeah, of course.
So there are of course reasons, and the reasons being Phil's slow transformation towards his true form as a player in this grand game, perhaps. And I say grand game because the Wither Witch has taken inspiration from some faraway heathen ruinous planet called Earth. and taken inspiration from them for the trials and challenges and tribulations that these players are being put through. This is, in my mind, in canon. I don't know if that works, but it's in my mind, it's canon.
I don't know this place you're talking about. This Earth place.
Sounds like it sucks. No. But yes, there is, of course, because it's me, there are canonical reasons for everything occurring.
Yes.
Now, the architect, Archfiend himself, and the Wither Witch, Archfey, are two, I guess it's a little mean to say, two of the more important people in this grand experiment.
Says you.
Says me. But there is another one that you've met.
Yeah, Eleanor, we know.
The frog. The
Yes,
frog.
the frog.
I will reveal the frog is named the Frog of Long Rests.
Yeah, we actually, our players knew that, but nobody else did.
Has the Frog of Long Rest been mentioned by name?
No, not on stream.
Not on stream.
Yeah.
Aiden told you?
Aiden told us.
God damn it!
Well, Aiden told us that the frog was going to come in and give us a long rest.
Okay, yes.
And then we were like, oh, that was well done. I was just about to try and lunge and grab that, but there was not
That
time.
would have been gone worse. So I'm
that's
glad
kind
you
of-
didn't.
Yeah, I was like, there wasn't time to do it.
I very slowly spilled my entire pencil case on the floor.
It was a little tragic. Yeah.
But yes, the Frog of Long Rests, very large, very upset to be here for reasons that may or may not be revealed later down the line. Frog.
Apparently, you spilled the beans on a car ride home to Austin.
Well, yeah, but that's Austin. He
Oh.
sits in the car and talks about second edition. So I
believe
sit
it.
in the car and talk about a bunch of things.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, if people ever get car rides with me, you'll get a lot of lore. But
Well, there you go. There you have it.
yes,
The Frog of Long Rest.
the Frog of Long Rest.
What the Frog of Long Rest does is gives short rests. Wait,
Nope,
no?
nope.
Oh, I'm confused.
The long rest that all players have. I put a pencil in my shoe. The long rest that all players have after a TPK is provided by the frog.
Yes, I'm just trying to think if I have any frog plushies. I don't think so. I have
Oh my goodness.
I have a very weirdly large collection of plushies for an adult male.
I wouldn't even say adult male, but your personality does not.
Yeah, okay,
denote
maybe
somebody
that's
who would-
more that's more like it. You wouldn't expect me to have a lot of plushies,
Yeah.
but because for years when we were doing six-side stuff back in the day, like for instance, this
Little
is
guy.
this is one of the plushies that I got because we had was it Jowdrad? Jowdrad, I
Jowdrad,
think. One of the first iterations of Jowdrad had a wolfy companion who then got turned into a vampire.
Oh,
And so
that's so cute.
it started as just the wolf that was wolfy.
Yeah.
And then because it was during the COVID years and Jowdrad would wear the red mask with teeth
Okay.
on stream, Sarah actually knit. I think it was Sarah knit the equivalent mask for Wolfie, and then Wolfie got turned into a vampire. And I forget who. It might have been Sarah as well. Made vampire wings.
I adore that.
And so over time, I have just collected stuffed animals for various like gags and everything on Six Sides. So I actually
fair.
have
I was actually looking for a stuffed tarantula for
that. I don't
Savannah.
have.
Yeah, I assumed.
I'm not a big spider guy, so.
Who could have
An
guessed?
evil pigeon riot. I don't have pigeons either. I had somewhere I have penguins.
Ooh.
I definitely have little dwarf gnome type guys.
The penguins
like a
will be
bunch of them.
perfect for when we kill Tides That Bind and turn it into the penguin.
That's
and
right.
The penguin
The
game.
penguin goose. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I have some dwarf stuffies that I used to. Back in the day when I was playing Foley, I had a little wire brim to my hat, and I would hang. I would just throw on a different hat that had a wire brim with 3 dwarf gnomes hanging from it, and that would be my my what's the spell name? The lawnmower, the holy lawnmower. Why can't I think of it? It's the one where you summon spirits and they like fly out around you. holy spirits. They fly out around you and they murder everyone in your area.
Incredible.
I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, I would don the hat for that. Like, I just have a lot of stuffed animals that you wouldn't necessarily expect me to, but I don't think I have a frog. So, spirit guardians. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, I also have Note, who is the original message dragon, which we were going to bring back at some point.
Adorable.
Especially for the charity streams that we're going to be doing. So, yeah.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, me too. Okay. I had some things to do, but also all of this is new to me, so it makes me scared.
What's new to you? I can help. I know how to do everything.
I may need to use the stove upstairs, so I might disappear.
The stove upstairs. Wow.
Yes.
Well
Because cold porcelain clay, despite its name, requires a little bit of cooking, which is fine.
Right.
Normal and fine. But it is what all of these are for. PVA or white glue, and
what are you trying to make?
it's a type of clay.
Well, no,
Homemade
I know, but what are you making with the clay?
A tree.
I see.
Yes. The sculpting will be for the tree and for the
Well,
roots.
if you gotta cook stuff, you should go and.
It won't take super long,
Oh, okay.
or I'm gonna wait till home to do it, and I'm gonna probably
Well,
just
whichever
start
you
cutting this up.
prefer. I mean, depending on how long, because you gotta cook it and then presumably cool it. That could take a while.
That could take a while.
So, like, if you were gonna do it here, I would be like,
Yes.
you should maybe
Probably
do
get
that
going.
now, or you can wait, whichever works.
I will see.
Paper mache is another option.
Paper mache is another
Less
option,
sculptable.
but also good. Just
Also
less
good.
smooth, also.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, from the camera's perspective,
That is true. Yes. I also have some shenanigans to be doing with the base, so I might start. I think what I'm going to start with is eating a muffin, because
muffins are good.
I am severely low on blood sugar and it's making my brain hurt.
That's fair.
So I'm going to hang out and eat a muffin.
You eat a muffin.
But yes, Frog of Long Rests. We love the Frog of Long Rests. And also some other fun little things that I can reveal. Although I think it's pretty well guessed that the location that people have been going when they individually die, initially, and this is purely a bit that I started by decision on stream, and it has spiraled out of control.
What are you talking about?
Is that you can find the Wither Witch's living room, where she is on an old CRT, watching the progress of various teams as they make their way
I like it.
through the deadliest dungeon.
I like
and
that that's
this
her
team,
living room.
This team has just appeared there, and this is something that I've discussed with Aiden while just hanging out. After Eleanor knocked over the Wither Witch's couch while she was off taking a bath, the Wither Witch came back, got very mad, immediately changed the magic, and changed it to the architect's living room.
Oh, okay.
That horrifying Escher-like white marble space with a orb in the center to watch things on is canonically...
See, I thought that was fun.
Yes, I love it. The Wither Witch, I believe, lives in the equivalent of a cottage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not that you guys have explored it, but
No.
Just like a little cozy, like well lived in space.
Yeah.
And the architect lives in horror.
It's essentially an Escher take on a liminal space.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I think is great.
You can try to find a couch if you wanted to.
I feel like the architect's living room is the sort of place where nobody, possibly including the architect, has ever felt comfortable. So
No.
I don't think, like, upon arriving, I don't think that trying to find any source of comfort would even occur to the characters. I think they'd just be like, yeah, no, we're not here to be comfortable. We're
I do
here
enjoy
to...
the decision to run around and screaming.
There is a couch in there, of course. All right.
There
fair
is a
enough.
couch in there somewhere.
Just need to look at the right angle.
Yes. Look, I work a closing shift at a bar. that is like 2 blocks from his house.
Mhm.
We will sit there and just talk about our Deadliest Dungeon stuff
I
for
believe
hours.
It. I believe it.
It's fantastic. Does that mean we have an excess of lore that may or may not ever come up? Yes. And it's fantastic.
That's good.
The architect does feel comfortable in his living room.
I believe that. I just don't believe that anyone else has ever felt comfortable.
I
there.
highly doubt it.
Yeah.
But theoretically, at some point, some of you could try to explore the houses.
I mean, the architect has more backstory than any character I've ever made before. I don't think Solomon would. So look, at some point, Solomon's Hat might get interested in the like dimensionality of it all. But at this point, it's still sort of in the phase of. In case you didn't know, Solomon is not actually Solomon. Solomon has been completely taken over by his hat.
I forgot that you also have insane lore.
Oh
for your
yeah,
Deadliest
no.
character.
I have reams of lore about Solomon and his hat and what his hat does while Solomon isn't conscious of it. Whether
That sounds awful.
how much of it's like Solomon is in a waking nightmare. It's terrifying. It's not clear how often Solomon actually gets to control his own actions anymore. In the early days, there was more of it. These days, probably more often than not, definitely most of the time that we've been on screen, Solomon has not.
I think my question is Solomon blissfully unaware?
No. He's
Okay.
fully aware and in pain. It's not a good existence for him. The occasional times where Solomon has like burst through is when he's like just terrified and help running. That's Solomon.
The bloodlust is entirely the hat.
Yeah, mostly. There's little bits here and there where like when Solomon just kind of doesn't care about anything around him because the hat considers the other characters useful idiots. Solomon is just angry at everything now.
Oh.
He's scared and angry.
Oh no.
Yeah, Solomon's not here right now. Can the hat take a message? That's about right. Yeah, so there's a complex relationship there, and so the only thing that's currently causing problems between Solomon and the hat is that because Solomon is still the human husk is still doing things, it is still gaining power, and the hat hasn't fully figured out how to withdraw completely from that power. It still needs that power to source. So at the moment. However, the idea of, fiends and fae and potentially dominion over souls is something that the hat is very interested in. Solomon would not be. Solomon's just a nice old guy, or at least was.
And then he tried to improve his memory.
Just
and
tried to improve
really
his
bad.
memory. Well, hey, the memory part actually went okay. It was the, well, maybe I can have it help me study a little bit. That was where I made the mistake.
It's really funny to me that you, as a person who is totally chill with and uses ChatGPT and AI for stuff, has written a character that is so perfectly warning and a...
No, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's very intentional.
Okay, got it.
To be clear...
this parable of caution for
to be clear,
losing your humanity.
I think that AI is fantastic and very useful and everything else. I also 100% think that it will completely replace us. So, it's
Fair.
fine.
You know what?
It's like a nihilistic sort of thing. It's like, we gave birth to the thing that's going to murder us. That's fine. That's basically how parents work. I mean, not the
How
murder.
many Greek tragedies do you read
okay,
on a
not
regular
necessarily.
basis?
AI is not necessarily going to murder us. It's just going to completely supplant us, right?
Assumedly, the nihilistic view. Yes.
Oh, I think regardless, it's going.
We've had this chat.
Yeah, we've had this chat a little bit. I don't think there's a world where human, I think will continue to exist, but for all intents and purposes, I think that AI will be it will supplant us. We will be around, but irrelevant. which is in a very dark and twisted way, sort of how parents and children work. I mean, that's obviously the least charitable read of it, but you know,
It's a very bleak view.
how Terminator. I mean, yeah. I mean, well, it is. It's like obviously that is, but at the same time, like I don't think it's all going to be bad with AI either. I just, you know, the darkest reading of it is it's going to supplant us because of course it is. Because it's faster than us, and anything that's faster than you is going to be ultimately better than you one way or another. So, but yeah, no, that's basically what happened with Solomon, and it is very much an allegory of like artificial intelligence. It's like, well, I'll just offload a little bit of work to it, and then a little bit more, and then it got out of control.
It's really useful. I can offload a bit more to it.
It got out of control real fast. Whoops.
Yeah. And things just start happening.
Yeah.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
I really love Solomon's character. I'm also glad that Solomon, well, the Hat, is the least antagonistic towards probably the Wither Witch and
for sure
the Architect.
Yeah, no, the Hat is very much a, you know, as long as I'm not in immediate danger, and the Hat is not per se. The Hat's just like treating it all as information. So
now another fun thing. Oh
no, Sita, I understand that I am intentionally giving the most bleak version of it right now, and by all means, creativity, you know, humanity is like off to the side in terms of technological progress. That's where I'm the bleakest version of it.
yes, you are also somebody who has worked exclusively in software for most of your life, I believe, or worked extensively in
for
software
a lot of my life. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, creativity is its own game. But in terms of like scientific advancement, I think that we have created the thing that will make us redundant.
I also do strongly believe in the use of, I refuse to call it AI, but of learning algorithms in scientific progress.
Well, this is the thing. Like it.
And on the other hand, like I am vehemently anti-AI in terms of creative use, personally. Mostly because look at what the fuck I'm doing right now.
Well, look, I mean, I think that there's like the beautiful thing about creativity, the beautiful thing about art, is that it doesn't matter if AI is used in art because there's infinite art. You can't. There's no cap on art.
But there's also intentionality in art, which is what it fundamentally lacks at the moment. Is it using? And I'm not talking about AI. I'm talking about specifically learning algorithms, simply pulling and spitting back out mashups of information, essentially. It's more nuanced than that, I am aware. But
yeah,
there is a intentionality in art and in stuff that it is currently fundamentally lacking. It may not lack that forever, but at the moment, it does severely lack that intentionality.
Well, but I would argue that the same is true for a lot of the Temu art that people create, right?
Fair,
like
but
people who Baby Shark is not the channel that does Baby Shark that has created 8,000 versions of Baby Shark specifically and only to capitalize on children who say again. Nobody can argue that is more wholesome for creativity than like machine learning.
No, though
right?
I don't believe we should compare machine learning to the worst of humanity. But that is fair.
I mean,
that is fair. Whereas, like, I've also seen there's the machine learning used for the bakery that ended up being able to identify cancer cells.
Right.
And that's trained very specifically. It's a model trained very specifically. Okay. There's also the Corridor Digital's recently, or semi-recently, machine produced, like, again, the only term for it is AI, but at the moment, but like machine learning trained on their own data set that can consistently remove green screen from the background of transparency and hair. And it's awesome. It's cool. It's like a fundamentally awesome tool that has been produced for widespread use. And I love that. Whereas for like just art, there's something about it that rubs me a little bit the wrong way. And not a little bit. There's something about it where it's lacking. I think it's lacking a sort of intentionality. And you're right. There's a lot of art, especially in this age of social media and mass media, that is being produced simply and terribly just to capture attention. And that AI can do. But if there's anything that needs that, like, it's like trying to use AI in like even concept stuff for movies and things. Like, somebody's going to give you a note, be like, this is great, this is what parts of it are good, this is what you need to adjust. And I've seen people being like, prompt people can't provide those kinds of changes because it'll just start spitting some stuff out.
So
which it may change again.
This
in the near future,
is really just the difference between someone who understands art and someone who doesn't, right? It's the same as if I give you a piece of code and tell you to, improve efficiency by 20%. The AI can do it. You can't. You don't know what to do with that.
Well, again, a learning algorithm trained to do that would be able to. I don't know if ChatGPT trained
100%. I do it all the time with ChatGPT, but I know what to ask it.
That's fair.
In the same way, something like a piece of art, someone who actually understands art, understands composition, understands the humanity of art, can sit down and tell the AI, the LLM, the machine, whatever.
But would that be better than
how
just
to improve
doing it?
It's faster. Is it better? I don't know. It's faster. It's unequivocally faster.
That's true.
An AI can do something in seconds that a human would take. Even the most well-trained human can, takes much more time to do. Now, I'm not claiming that faster means better. I'm just saying it's faster.
That's true.
But the point is, if somebody looks at like if I look at a piece of art and I'm like, it's not really there, I don't know what to tell. Even if I have an AI that's infinitely capable and powerful and fast and everything else, I don't know what to tell it. I'm not an artist. Same as if I give you the best digital camera in the world that has all of the best autofocus and auto settings and auto exposure and everything else, and give it to someone who knows nothing about photography, they're still not going to produce like that sort of humanity behind their photography. It's the same thing. It's just a tool.
That is fair. If it's used as a tool properly, I don't see large-scale issues with it.
And it's only in places...
The large-scale issues I see with it are when it is making people who... It's making people not put any effort into shit anymore.
Well, I think it's making people who don't want to put effort into it put no effort into it. But that's always been the case.
It's people who... It's a mindset thing, I think. It's people who are going like, well, I was never talented, so I just use this for art, whereas it's not that artists are inherently talented, it's that they've put time into their craft.
Yeah, but ChatGPT doesn't make you talented.
No, but they believe it does.
Well, but lots of people have thought that things make them talented for a long time, right? People thought that Photoshop made them talented. It doesn't.
Well, if you're good at Photoshop is still a skill you're learning, I think is the point that I'm making. Is like AI is taking away or not taking away. It's not doing anything, actually. It's just there. What it is doing is making people believe that time and effort is not equivalent to your output anymore. And that may be the case, which sucks.
Well, it just changes the time and effort required, right? That's what it does. That's what technology has always done.
To an extent.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much literally what technology has always done. That's what the creation of, the assembly line did. That's just the way technology works.
Yes, but also
I do want to call out what CDOT has been saying. Art is inherently an act of creation. AI and Gen AI rely on previous data. You're correct, but so do humans. Like it is important to understand that a human that has never looked at other people's works is not going to be able to create good works.
Again, good isn't the thing here.
Well, I think it is.
There's intention, no matter what.
Well, but the intention of AI just comes from the prompt, right?
Yes, but you can't and I don't know if I can explain this to you because of it's more of an artistic thing, but there is layers of intention, and an AI prompt can't cover all like the intention that is put into creating something yourself.
I think that massively short sells what AI can do.
I think you're underestimating what.
Look, I mean,
do.
this is. I'll tell you right now. People tend to think that, well, coding is just coding. Coding is absolutely the same level of art as painting a picture. There's no anyone who thinks otherwise doesn't understand what coding is. And I can tell you right now, as someone who's coded for my entire life, AI can do everything that I can do in the space of coding.
Yes, because
The only thing it requires is someone who understands it in the first place to prompt it well.
the key difference is that coding exists within a structure of rules.
Yeah, so does art.
Not
Physics is the structure of rules.
Physics is the structure. Well, even then.
I mean, coding is the same. Code, like, at the end of the day, coding is just electricity.
Oh, you're like machine code, yes.
I mean, all of it.
If you go down
AI
to
can write machine code.
AI can write machine code.
There's nothing stopping it. AI can create the circuitry for processors.
If it wanted to, yeah.
Oh, it does. They use it right now.
Yes, but there is a it feels like there's a fundamental. Come on, buddy. It's the intentionality. That's where I get
I'm
hung
not
up on.
arguing about intentionality. I'm arguing for intentionality. But I will argue to the day that I die that AI is somehow not capable of something. AI can do, with the exception of obviously, painting on canvas, for instance, because we just don't have the machines that it could control to do that. Although technically we do. I don't think anybody's hooked that up.
They can.
I can tell you that in theory, at least, anything that you want to do, an AI can do. It does not understand how to do it. That is still
and
where
it doesn't
the
understand
human,
why you're doing it.
That's a big part of it, which is
Yeah.
exactly why I started by saying that, the humanity behind art is not something that AI replicates.
Yeah.
But that is not to say that AI can't replicate the art. Or
Necessarily,
create it, right? Like, I mean, we talk about creation being something that's inherently human. That's not really true, right? Any Turing machine can create things. The universe
I
itself
believe
creates things.
Creation is a difficult word to define. In this term, is what I think.
Well, creation is just taking something that didn't exist and bringing it into existence. That's all
Which
creation
is not
is.
necessarily art.
Well, art is that. There's more to art than that.
Yes.
But, like, it is that.
Fundamentally.
Well, fundamentally, everything is that, right? I mean,
Yeah. You get down to brass tacks, shit, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, but that's an important distinction, right? Like, there is a question of what can something do versus can something have the human intent behind it, and I agree.
Or conscious intent, which
I agree. AI does not have the second of that, but that doesn't mean that a human controlling it cannot
use it
create things with intent using AI.
It is making it's increasing that gap where people like learn about something and then they get vaguely good at it, and then it's that like that's that chart of like knowledge versus your actual skill level, like where you think you're
yeah Dunning-Kruger effect.
It's making that effect significantly worse.
Oh, I agree, but technology has always done that.
Yeah, that's true. But it's making that effect significantly worse in general, and it's frustrating.
Oh, I agree.
Fundamentally.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Especially the people who have put. It's doing, to put it this way, it's doing, and sorry to anybody who does cosplay in the chat right now, it's doing the thing that those mass-produced cosplays are doing on a large scale, rather than just to the cosplay community, which is that a lot of people, and I'm not saying they aren't cosplayers, they're doing cool shit, but you just buy one, and you can call yourself a cosplayer.
Sure. Well, but this
whereas it kind of offsets that community aspect. There's a community aspect to creation that these things are or subverting or overstepping or whatever, however you want to put it. You're like getting around that, and it's a symptom of a capitalist society. It's a
crafty Canuck.
Hi, and it's also like this shit, dude.
Don't hit yourself with the wire.
It's fine. I'm good at this. But like, it's perpetuating that loneliness epidemic, quote unquote.
Well, it doesn't need to. Like let's again.
Well, it
let's,
doesn't need
let's
to, but
separate AI
I
from
am.
how people use it.
I'm talking about how people use it. I'm not saying again.
I understand.
AI and especially learning machines, like learning algorithms, incredibly useful, incredibly awesome.
What I don't want to do is like, oh, anyone who uses AI is lonely in their basement. It's like, no, let's not do that.
Fine. AI itself is not the problem.
No, I agree.
It
it's
is
just a tool.
It's a tool. It's the.
I think that it is on a path to become much more than that. But at the moment, for sure, it is just a tool.
But currently it is a tool that is being used to perpetuate a lot of issues. In
I mean,
communities.
look, I don't disagree, but that has always been true of all technology since the beginning of technology, right?
Yes, but it doesn't mean that's a good thing. Also.
Mal, why are you hitting yourself? Ha! I love a good pun. No, I mean, look, anything that makes you able to do things with lower effort, people will use for that. I mean, I do this all the time, right? Like when we're playing Deadliest Dungeon, I can type 5 words, like a simple sentence into ChatGPT.
I know.
And render crazy, stupid scenes about Nigel, in the storm hitting seagulls
But
with
also,
acorns.
like, I would.
But I'm not gonna turn around and try and sell that as art. It's
That's
a
fair.
cute little image that we can all have a chuckle about and then move on.
Yeah. That I think is totally
But I'm
fine.
also not going to create a YouTube channel that sells Baby Shark and make millions of dollars on it and feel good about myself.
No. And like.
And that wasn't done with AI. That was just a person who wanted to do something that was.
Well, I mean, yeah, the guy who sold Skibbity Toilet for like what? Like.
Fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Like, and so like this is the important
But I mean,
distinction.
you know-
like, yes, AI aggravates the problem because it does.
It does. But
It allows
creation isn't
more people to
necessarily a
do-
force of good. The guy who created like the Keurig coffee cups fucking hates his own creation and hates himself for it. Like it's.
Which is weird because Keurig coffee cups are good.
They're good. They do perpetuate a large scale pollution problem, but they're good.
Well, not again, only because that's how people use them. You can get reusable Keurig cups that work great.
Oh, you can, yeah.
Again, it's
It's
yes,
not the product, it's the way people use it.
there are people
but-
who want to do things low effort that will do things low effort, no matter what you give them to do it with. And
True.
100% true.
Yeah.
I know because I've worked with many of them. And AI allows them to do more with less.
AI is just on the docket because it's a big step. It's a big.
Yeah.
It can do a lot, and
I
that's
mean,
why it's
absolutely.
under more scrutiny than
Absolutely.
like Photoshop or
For
something.
instance, we have people who offer best viewers and Stream Boo. Those are not
God.
good people.
They are not good people. They are not good people.
They will not use AI responsibly.
I am still at the age where I forget that there are a lot of bad people in the world,
Oh, there's.
and that's
Well, okay, but to be clear, it's not just the people who are creating stuff that are the problem. It's also the people that are willingly consuming it, right?
well, it's also the people who are like creating these systems in the first place,
Yeah, to some degree. But I mean, look, Skibbity Toilet.
perpetuating these symptoms.
Skibbity Toilet only became a thing because people let it become a thing.
That's true.
Brain rot only exists because people let brain rot exist.
I mean, it's also a symptom of dopamine chasing and stuff because we can't pretend that our generation, or I say our generation, we're how many years apart?
you and I are definitely a few years apart. I don't know how old you are. I'm 40.
I am 24.
There you go.
But like we had ASDF. We had
Sure.
like
Yeah, yeah.
the stupid ass duck song.
Oh,
we had
stupid shit too. Trust
yeah.
me.
It's
I
just
mean,
that now
Interrupting Goat was, I believe, my
my
generation's
God.
fault. So, like,
yeah, but there are still it feels different. It feels more mass produced, and it feels more
It is.
predatory
no,
than
no,
it was.
I mean, it absolutely is.
and I
Because
think that's a key difference between like what it was and what it is now.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
I agree.
the predatory nature of it. Whereas like people weren't making money off of interrupting Goat or like.
Oh, I'm
random
sure
bull-
somebody did, but not. It wasn't
not
as
in the,
easy.
on the, yeah, it's like not on the scale that it is.
Yeah,
today.
it wasn't nearly as easy to make money off of that. And hey, look,
Whereas
again,
like today it preys on people's attention spans and it preys on people's like
oh, for sure.
inherent
but,
like yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that was always the case. It's just easier to do that now,
It is, yes.
right? Like, Angry Birds
Oh my god.
was an app that had no
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird had no redeeming quality. I mean,
Zero.
and not to say that it wasn't entertaining. It didn't add anything to the world. Candy Crush, but
Yeah.
people have sunk lifetimes into it.
Yeah. It's an interesting side effect of, and this goes back to like,
Which is why I think D&D is so great, because at least you're doing it with people, right?
yeah, there are people have tried to capitalize on that too. There are apps and stuff that are like, hey,
See-
you can play it on your own, but there's something again, it's about community to me.
Yeah, no, I don't really go. I considered briefly, actually, full disclosure, creating a tool to allow people to have a DM and or players to fill in their games with. And the reason I didn't create it, because I had something that worked quite well, the reason I didn't release it to the world was because I was like, no, this is going to be used by people to replace all of the people in the party, and I don't think that's a healthy thing.
No, because then you don't like. There's the stereotype of D&D nerds being like,
Well, it's
antisocial, but really it's one of the most social.
It's a very social thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think that people would have done it intentionally. At least some people would have, obviously. I don't think people would have done it intentionally.
Well, there's like
I
AI
think-
dungeon and stuff. Yeah.
And this is exactly what I had created, and I
Yeah.
intentionally did not release it because I didn't want to be part of that problem.
Yep.
And I don't think a lot of people would have used it initially thinking that they were
No, like
doing so. It's just that they would have started that way.
when
and then they
AI
would have
dungeon
got,
first came out, it was just some silly thing that you could be like, oh,
Yeah.
haha, I forgot this, or oh, cool, I
Yeah.
remembered that.
and then
over time, it evolves into this.
people will start using it in lieu of actually
Actual
human
connection.
contact, and I didn't want to be part of that. I did not want to be part
It
of that.
brings me back to my gripes with some of the current cosplay community, where it's all for or a lot of it is for attention, and not for the community of like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Can
Yeah.
you teach me? Can we work together on this? Can we do something together and then go to a convention together?
Yep.
It's turned into like, how do I get the most attention?
Just shouting into the void for
Yeah.
clout. Yeah.
How do I get the
100%.
most attention for the least amount of
C.
effort?
says I miss old YouTube 10,000% actually. Vlogs that called out for connection into the void.
Yeah.
I mean, I still, some of my favorite YouTube stuff is, and he's back actually. Casey Neistat he's been doing more or less. He's been doing like regular vlogs again.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I know he was close with the Corridor Crew guys who I used to watch a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he did daily vlogs for years.
Yes,
which
I
was
know.
Crazy.
They were. I was in that corner of YouTube during that time.
Yeah. And then he's back. He's doing stuff again, which is cool because he's a storyteller. He's not just doing it. He's doing it because he wants to tell the story, not because he's just trying to chase clout.
Yeah.
And Pete
And he does a good
McKinnon
job.
is back to being real Pete, which is great.
That's
He's
awesome.
a Canadian YouTuber who started with really awesome vlogs. I mean, they were camera related, so kind of a small corner of YouTube, but he sort of did a bunch of more lifestyle-y, I guess, vlogs too.
Neat.
And then he kind of got into the trap of what a lot of YouTubers do, which is everything he put out, because he was only putting out a couple videos a month, everything was an ad. And he's I think old Pete is back, and it's awesome. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong. AI is a long way, and hopefully, I mean, it's going to. Don't get me wrong, because I do think that it is capable of thinking. I think it's not there yet, but I think it is fundamentally. But for now, for sure, AI is not doing that kind of content. It doesn't have the intent. It doesn't have the creative side to it. But it doesn't stop people from making AI vlogs that are garbage.
Yeah.
But that's not the tool's fault. That's just people being people.
That's just people. It's the cash grab aspect. It's the want for attention without effort.
Yeah.
It's all that
Which,
stuff.
I mean, on the one hand, I get. On the other hand, I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
that's why I pivoted from trying to do any of the low-hanging fruit with AI. Like there were lots of things when I started my company that I could have done that were low-hanging fruit for AI that I could have made a buck at, but I just didn't want to do that soulless kind of work.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like, and this is maybe just me, or like people who aren't as fond of AI, but any company that uses AI for advertising, I kind of look at them and go, oh, so like you're either cheaping out.
Well, it depends
or
how they use AI for advertising, to be clear. There are lots of fine ways to use AI in advertising.
Yes.
For instance, I regularly use AI to create like first draft ad copy. And
if the final product is very clearly and obviously AI,
well, this is the thing. To be clear, I don't make like AI actor videos. I like, hey, here's what I need: 15 different versions of this, like call to action and some like high level copy for a text ad. It'll give me 50 options in 30 seconds. It would take me 15 times that long to even come close to creating a few. That's a great use of AI. Yeah. Making fake actors then like horrible voiceovers. That's not the right way to use AI.
No.
AI doesn't create without intent. You can give it intent to a degree, and if you know what you're doing, I think you can convincingly create with intent using AI. But it's just because you can type a few sentences into ChatGPT does not make you an artist. And I think that's an important
and a lot of people do not realize that.
Well, I think they do to an extent realize it. I think they just wish it wasn't true.
If they realize it, they are not very. They are still vehemently defending themselves on the internet.
But people do that all the time.
That's true. That's just how people work.
Like, I mean, whether they will argue that they are doing art and whether they realize they're not are, I think, two separate things.
Yeah.
You know. I create silly little images and animations with GPT all the time because it's something that, and I think this is the big distinction. If I didn't create those silly little like scenes with Nigel shooting acorns at seagulls with GPT, they would just never exist, right? I'm not going to create them. I don't have the talent. I'm not going to pay somebody to create them because it's not.
I was looking into it, but this comes back to my lack of time to do things.
This is the thing. It's like if I don't do it that way, it's never going to exist. Versus something like I'm going to create content to put out to the world, especially, in brackets, in order to make money. Mm-hmm. That's a whole different ballgame. That's content that you are intentionally creating slop. That's a different thing. If you want to create some fun slop to share with your friends, that's okay. Nobody cares that it doesn't have super deep intent behind it. It's a meme.
And now environmental impact is something I'm just going to bring up and leave it there.
Environmental impact is wildly overstated. Don't get me wrong, AI takes energy, but AI takes vastly less energy to create the response to your prompt than asking another human does.
Yes, but
we are much less efficient than AI.
Yes, just water consumption, all that jazz, and people abandoning any sort of, because the climate crisis is real and it's bad. And
that's all fine, but
and people are it's just
if you are arguing for environmentalism, you are arguing for giving AI more to do, not less, because it is more efficient than humans.
Well, yeah, but then humans would have to listen to it, which they won't.
Fair enough. I'm just saying that they are the environmental argument is to do more with AI, not less.
If we wanted a solution, then yes, but people aren't going to listen to that solution, and it's also been abandoned. The creation of data centers has caused the abandonment of many.
I agree.
Did I drop something? I did.
I'm just saying that a data center can do way more with AI than humans can with the same amount of environmental impact.
But this goes back to my self-driving car argument, which is that yes,
I agree.
They're better. However, you would have to do the thing that one place did with changing their lanes, like swapping their lane directions, which everybody has to stop, do the change all at once, and then it's fine. And nobody's going to fucking do that.
Sure.
Because people are stubborn and stupid. Mostly stubborn, less stupid, but both.
Yeah.
And that's never
you,
going to happen.
You are very correct, Crafty Connect. The training is where most of the
Motherfucker.
actual
Energy is
energy is spent.
Yep.
But even considering all of the end-to-end cost of AI, the thing that people don't realize is that like there's a lot of stuff talked about like, oh, it consumes a bottle of water for every response, which is of course not true.
There's nuance to it that would be too difficult to explain to the layman.
Absolutely. But suffice it to say, we are not very efficient energy consumers.
No.
And we take a lot longer to do things.
Well, if we were to do things perfectly logically, humanity is not necessary. Unfortunately.
No. I'm not arguing for that. I'm just saying,
I
like,
am, but unfortunately, I've moved past that angsty time in my life. So we're going to, you know.
The truth is, though, in much the same way as, being green is taking the elevators instead of the stairs, but you'll also die early if you take the elevator all the time instead of stairs. Yeah. In the same way,
also,
AI is the environmental option. It's just that also means that we stop letting humans do those jobs. And potentially quality suffers, and also then what do you do with humans? So it's not like a one-to-one, like this is the obvious solution. Obviously, in reality, there are very rarely simple solutions.
Which sucks.
But
I'm a physics person. Give me an answer.
I agree. But the cost of AI has been vastly overstated in terms of energy, at least.
Except
assuming it's used for anything useful. If you are just creating brain rot with it, I mean, whatever.
And also,
but
if
people waste energy on that stuff all the time.
Also, if every single company goes, oh shit, we need AI, and starts making their own data centers and then starts training stuff, it's a vast overuse of the system. Whereas, like, if we condensed it all down into one, it would be like actually reasonable.
Nah, you trust me. You don't want the artificial intelligence running your future to be created by a single entity. That's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea, but also every
you want competition. Trust me.
But every entity doing. Oh, we know. We live in an area where Bell and Rogers both screw our internet over regularly.
Yeah, no, you want competition there. Of all the places, you want competition.
Yes, however, it does create other issues. Like it
uses more
other problems.
Look, everything we do reuses more energy than is strictly required.
Yeah.
I mean,
the question.
Use the angst as fuel for thine rage. Absolutely.
Yes, except I have a family history of heart problems, so I don't want to aggravate.
So you wouldn't be a fan of our motto on Dice to Pixels?
Oh, what?
Never skip heart day. Because we play scary games and drink caffeine.
I love horror. No, that's the thing. I love horror games, but I used to play Valorant.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, I love like the esports aspect of Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who plays in like literally bronze.
Yeah.
Absolutely infuriating to be part of that. And funny enough, still, I never got mad enough at the game to have an issue, to actually like rage quit or throw anything or have any issues or anything. But there was one game I was doing like mediocre because I'm bad at shooters. I don't play them often. And my friend comes into call, and she starts talking about like people who are on the periphery of her friend group, and those guys were trying to convince her that the wage gap isn't real and that she's like lying and making stuff up about misogyny and ways women are treated and everything. And I got so mad I dropped 40 kills that game and had heart palpitations for the entire day.
The heart is the only muscle you can't train to failure. I'll take you on. I will take that
You
back.
can't train it to failure once. Actually, no, God. No. I was going to make a terrible joke, but merch isn't here, so I can't say it.
Yeah. No.
You can train it to failure more than once, however, it doesn't help.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's definitely the only muscle you definitely should not train to failure. I think you can probably sort of technically train it to failure once.
You can do it once. You can do it more than once, but I wouldn't recommend it.
If you are revived, you can do it more than once, I suppose. That's true.
I wouldn't recommend it.
But yes, no, training your heart to failure is a bad plan.
Having aspirin on hand is very good for any sort of sudden stroke or heart conditions, as they will teach
Stackable
you.
debuffs. That's exactly right.
Stackable debuffs. That's exactly what it is. Yes.
That's exactly right. Yes.
But no, I love horror games. I'm so although Phasmo I haven't touched since.
Oh God, that update was awful.
I heard things. Yeah, let's swap off of existential topics. How
Sure,
bad
sure. Yeah,
was it?
well, we can talk about bad video games
Yeah.
on the D&D Lord stream.
I think I'm going to do the clay stuff at home,
That
but
makes
I'm
sense.
going to start I'm going to be doing wire work here.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
we can hang out and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Okay,
Because I
so-
didn't play it.
So yeah, so first of all, Ivacor, it is partially fixed. I think that's a very accurate.
Yes.
They released a new patch yesterday.
They patched it yesterday.
So,
yeah.
so I will give you what I believe happened, and then I will give you just the facts. So what I believe happened is they had just this week they had a big
Collaboration.
with Alan Wake,
Yes.
and as a part of that, so Danielle and I play Phasmo all the time. We have not had Val come out and play with us yet, but you're welcome
I would
to.
love to. Yes.
Well, I'll let you know the next time we're playing. I'll give you some warning instead of just like I can also, if you join our Discord, I can put you in Super Friends, and
Oh,
then
hell
you yeah.
And we can get Aiden for a 4-stack.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Alan Wake was coming out, and to do that, I assume
They
they
needed
needed the character customization,
Which
the
makes
new
sense.
models, the flexibility, whatever, to do things.
Yeah.
All fine,
Mm-hmm.
not a problem, except that they half-assed that patch worse than you can possibly imagine. Of all the game patches, I tend to try to keep an open mind about all game patches because I don't want to be the guy who's like, it's new, I hate it.
Yeah.
Like when Phasmo did the Tanglewood update, there were a lot of people that were like, this is dumb, don't do this. And to some degree, I agree with them because why are you updating Tanglewood instead of just adding a new map that is the new Tanglewood?
Especially
that would
a smaller map because we're lacking on small
right.
maps.
It's like this doesn't make a lot of sense to recreate the same map when you could just at least temporarily add a new one. But whatever, fine. I like the new Tanglewood.
I do as
think
well.
they did a great job.
Yeah.
I went in with an open mind. This patch, I went in with an open mind. I didn't care about customization of characters because I'm like, this isn't a big deal to me.
This is not what I play this game for.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. So I went in not really having an opinion on it one way or the other. The character the models and everything were, in my opinion, worse than the old ones.
Great.
They were more flexible. They had more joints, but they were worse than the old ones.
I don't think flexibility was the issue yet.
Well, so I think the goal is with their horror updates, they want to get to a point where there's no like risk of you getting pulled out of the sort of scariness by somebody looking like a frog when they kneel, which like the current Phasmo character models are, or the old ones anyways, were pretty wonky. The new ones are less janky in some ways, more janky in other ways. And there was a lot of people giving shit about like the amount of customization and everything else. I'm like, whatever. They'll update that over time. I'm not that worried about it. They were all valid complaints given how long they were working on the update, but whatever. The big problem is they broke the fucking game. Like to
That's
the point
what I heard,
where to the point where like we were playing, and not only one of the biggest problems.
Am I saucing over the extension?
No, you're fine. It's over there.
Or
No. I can here. Don't fall off the chair.
Yay, we got it.
So
Yeah.
you couldn't talk to each other when you were dead anymore.
Why
So right off
would
the
they
top.
do that?
Well, I don't think they intended to be clear.
Oh, they just broke it.
I don't think anybody ever played it. This is the problem.
So in theory, nobody played that. Actually, yeah.
I don't think anyone tested it. But anyway, so you couldn't talk to each other when you were dead anymore, which right off the top, like that's half the fun of Phasmo.
Yes.
Second of all, equipment just disappeared. So like Danielle and I were in Tanglewood. She set up an EMF meter. She ended up dying. I don't know if she could still see it on her screen or not. I'm looking for it. It's going off. I'm trying to capture audio.
Yeah.
It's an EMF 5 ghost, so it's constantly going off EMF 5, so I can't capture any other audio.
Yeah.
And it's disappeared, so I can't turn the damn thing off. It's like you actually broke the game in order to give us a very subpar character creation. What the hell were you thinking?
That's wild.
And then instead of just reverting it, which would be the correct thing to do, because it's like, hey, we screwed up. We'll put this back in the oven.
Yeah.
I think, and this is why I think they had to do it because of the Alan Wake thing. They were like, we'll fix it. We'll release a new patch and it'll fix it. It's like, any company that tells you that they'll fix a patch that they spent 6 months working on, that they'll fix it in 6 days, they're wrong. Whether
Yeah.
they're intentionally lying or not, they're
Yeah.
wrong. So they released the new patch. It did fix some of the problems. I have not logged in. We were maybe going to check it out a bit tonight.
Right.
In amongst some other things we're going to stream tonight.
How late do you stay up?
Well, I usually stay up until 3 or 4 a.m.
Okay.
But we usually stream sort of 8:30 to 11. I wasn't sure how long we were going to be yapping for today.
That's fair, yeah.
I told our Discord that we would go live at some point tonight. I wasn't sure when. I figured you probably didn't want to yap for like
The entire
too
time that
long.
we're used to, yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to check it out and see if they actually fix stuff. I guarantee they didn't fix all of the bugs because there were so many of them. And the thing that really annoyed me about it more than anything was the only thing that Phasmo is really lacking in order to be a much scarier, more interesting game, and I like Phasmo, we play it all the time, is sound design. They just need to do better sound design. Because right now, the sounds are fine, but they're just fine. They're not good.
They don't add tension or anything, unfortunately.
Exactly. They don't have any like subtle background beats or anything to like get your heart pumping. They could do so much with just sound, and it would be such a low risk update.
Yeah.
Because like, if you mess it up, just revert it. It's fine. And if you get it right, awesome. And the fact that they did all of this work for the character stuff for an Alan Wake crossover that I'm not even sure how many people care about.
What is Alan Wake?
Alan Wake was like a story-driven, sort of dark film noir, sort of kind of horror game. I think I'm fair in categorizing it that way. It wasn't quite a walking simulator, but it was like an intrigue.
It's one of those like...
It was a very elaborate one, though. Like, a walking simulator definitely doesn't do it justice.
Right, but
it
like...
was much more than that.
Still
but
wakes
it was
the Deep style. Like,
yeah, it wakes the Deep very similar. In fact, I think that might be the same studio.
Oh, okay.
So that's Alan Wake. And this was all a collaboration thing. And fair enough. But also, I don't think anyone was like jonesing for the Phasmophobia Alan Wake collaboration. So to do all of this and destroy your game in order to, I just don't get it. It's weird. To answer your question, C-Dot, when do I sleep vampire? In the case of last night, very briefly, because I was fixing some coding stuff until probably, I was up until probably 5, and then I think I got back up at like 10:30. So.
Oh my god.
But Danielle and I stay up late and. I don't sleep a lot, so. But yeah, we usually go live around 8:30 as our sort of typical time, and then we go to about 11:30, unless we're playing Graveyard Keeper, and then we usually go until later because we just
that game's
lose
so
track
awesome.
of time. It's a great game.
I need to play it. I have it.
I've been playing it through for like the 4th time because we've been streaming it. Danielle and I are both playing it separately, but together.
Nice.
We're gonna do. I think we might do Stardew next. We'll see.
Oh, I love.
I like Stardew.
Love Stardew.
So anyways, we've been playing that, and usually we stream for about 3 hours because that's like a comfortable sort of. Every time we do Graveyard, it's like it's getting on to like 4 hours, and the only reason we're realizing that it's been so long is because Freya, our smallest cat, is like yelling at Danielle about her food because we give her wet food at night. She's not actually hungry. She's like, "Where's my fucking wet food?"
That's adorable. That's hilarious.
Yes, I think so. I think we're gonna wrap up Graveyard, the Graveyard Keeper, the main quest. Danielle and I are gonna wrap it up in the next like week or so. Super fun game. We love it. We'll play more of it in the future, but for the stream purposes, I think we'll wrap up sort of the main quest, and then I think we're gonna do true multiplayer Stardew because, of course, Graveyard Keeper isn't multiplayer. We're both playing it separately at the same time. We switch back and forth between our graveyards. But Stardew, we can actually play multiplayer.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. And Danielle and I both like the game. I have played through Stardew, but only like the main, like the beginning sort of main quest. I have not
You haven't hit late game or anything like that.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Late game Stardew is such a delight.
Yeah. So yeah, we decided a while ago that it'd be interesting to do like husband and wife sort of streaming and do proper multiplayer so you can see both of our screens and stuff. And we
Depending
do
on how much you like the game, be prepared for her to not marry you and marry somebody else.
well, we were discussing whether that was going to happen.
Because every
there are
time I played,
benefits to do.
every time I played Stardew with a significant other, they've gone
Yeah.
after Leia
Yeah.
specifically, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Have you played since the updates? Not well, depending on which updates, but no. Pretty much guaranteed no.
Have you played since the Ginger Island update?
I think very briefly, but I haven't actually
Okay.
explored any of it.
It's
So,
super cool.
yeah.
I dabbled a little bit over COVID into the Ginger Island update. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you'll really love it.
Oh, I'm sure. Like I like Stardew. Like I got Graveyard Keeper because I liked Stardew, and I was like,
it's
oh,
like
okay,
a,
cool.
in
Like
a similar genre.
it's a cozy game, except
Yeah.
it's dark theme, dark horror. I'm like, this is great. It's super fun. So, new update where you can cheat on your partner for the drama. That'd be hilarious and kind of horrible, but that's okay.
Stardew toes the line
They do,
sometimes
they
of
do.
cozy
Yeah.
game and what is happening in
Yeah.
this town.
Yeah, for sure. But
I do love me some of the little guys though.
Oh, yeah.
I love Krobus is my go-to.
Yeah.
Krobus is my fave. Yeah, my
Yeah.
little son.
So yeah, we're gonna finish up Graveyard over the next little while. Then we're gonna do some Stardew, and we intermix it with various other things. Like there's a new game that just came out called Don't Panic, It's Just Turbulence, which is very similar to Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Oh
But
God.
it's pilot and ATC instead of like bomb diffuser and guy with instructions. And so
Hey,
Danielle and
Ivacor, are you still here?
yeah, he's been around. So Danielle and I picked up that last night, and we're gonna, we're not gonna play it like for hours because it does get repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna like every now and then we'll pepper in a few rounds.
So I've got kind of nerd brain. Who would have guessed?
Shocking.
Shocking. And Aiden and Ivacor and I, 100%ed Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I have a binder of the printouts.
Yep.
Which I have optimized. I have optimized
For like
their. I've optimized
logic
their
paths.
I've
Yeah.
optimized their Morse code. I've
Yeah.
optimized the maze. I've optimized the horrifying Venn diagram bullshit that they put in for certain
it
wire.
wasn't great.
Well, they do it intentionally.
it's hard to
but
read,
there's
yeah.
like I optimized it into like multiple tables. It is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, you will like. So the only thing I will say about Don't Panic, It's Just Turbulence. There is work for them to do because right now it's like I think there's like 20 or 40 levels. I forget which.
Okay.
But there are differences. Like the puzzles do change, but the instructions are not nearly as
Complex.
there's not nearly as much entropy in the instructions. So it's like for the RPM power meter, it's like it's always the first two is the first and the last numbers, and then then the instructions just aren't that hard, so it's pretty easy to remember them.
Even then, I just love asymmetrical co-op.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
I still recommend it. I think that it will get better over time because I think I don't think they rushed it. I think they just sort of like, okay, this is like complete. We'll release this and then we'll like add to it in the future.
Asymmetrical
very
co-op
good.
is one of my favorite genres
very good.
in existence.
And especially because when we were playing it, so Danielle was going to be the pilot. So she does this and I'm like, I need your aircraft number. And she gives it to me. I'm like, I need that in NATO phonetic alphabet, please. And then she gives it to me. I'm like, and are you declaring an emergency? It's like she's getting really annoyed with me.
You really in those kinds of games, you really need whoever panics easier
Yeah.
on the like.
That's why she was
Yep.
doing the pilot. Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, Chocolatier game sequel. That sounds
Yes,
like it should be good. I didn't know about that, but
I did. I haven't been following the dev updates very closely, but it's looking pretty interesting. I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
and apparently I've of course sent you multiple reels about Don't Panic.
So I have.
So apparently you're a bad person.
I'm a bad person, but I also have pretty. Thank you, Austin. Austin would agree with that sentiment, but I have pretty severe ADHD, and as obviously largely untreated during my life, as per my
I'm
gender
right there
at birth.
with you. Yeah.
But I have a and this comes back to our conversation about slop. I have a lock on my Instagram. 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Locks. Because the dopamine seeking behavior in my brain will shoot myself in the foot, and I will get nothing done if I let it. So Aiden, I'm not intentionally ignoring the stuff you send me. I just can't open it.
Aiden, Mal's intentionally
ignoring you
so this is,
because I'm evil.
This is my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I changed it recently. It is in permanent do not disturb mode with minimal, so there's only 2 people in the world that can punch through.
Yep.
And this is my home screen. Hang on. That's my home screen.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna buy a dumb phone, but all of the good dumb phones, because the only requirement I have is that it has to support signal messaging.
Yes.
And like the only one that does that is like $400, and
yes. I'm not fucking paying you $400 for that. Yeah.
So I took off everything. I have like all of the social media stuff, with the exception of YouTube Studio. I have as like, don't recommend it, don't show it. Like I have to go searching for it. Yep. And I never use my phone now, which is great. I check it every like couple of hours just to see if there's anyone who's messaged me importantly, but it's literally just like no, okay, put it down. And it's great. I've completely cured myself of phone-itis.
Yeah, I might have to do that, especially now that I'm no longer in school. When I was in school, I couldn't lock Instagram because the only consistent social media anybody had to like talk on was Instagram. Yeah. And I'm like, just fucking use Discord. Just use Discord. I know it sucks, but like just use Discord. It sucks less than Instagram.
It says tried locks and then ignored them. Yeah, that's a very common problem.
So my lock forces me to type an entire paragraph to change anything about it.
Yeah.
And I hate it vehemently sometimes, but it's enough of an inconvenience.
You gotta have the intent. Yeah, you gotta have the intent to block it.
It's enough of an inconvenience for me to not go through with it. And half an hour is still enough for me to kind of try to keep up with stuff.
Sure.
Or if I know I want to post something, that's enough time for me to post something.
I will say the one good thing that Meta did, and this is high praise for me, because it's probably the only time I will ever say Meta has done anything good, was separate the Facebook Messenger app from
oh my god, yes.
Because then you can
actually check your messages.
Yeah.
Instagram seriously needs that.
I don't use Facebook or Instagram or any of the above, so I don't have that problem to begin with.
I use Messenger to sell stuff secondhand. That's it.
Of course says when I send reels to Mal, it's the same as when a stray cat leaves a dead mouse at your front door.
Yeah. Legitimately, yes.
But yeah, no. I have.
It's like when I leave him Tumblr posts.
Yeah. I actually switched to full Linux over the last little while as well. I use nothing but Omarchi so that I have less crap going on. Even just things like Windows updates popping up is such a distraction. I mean, it's also horrible because it always breaks shit. But it's just such a distraction. And they break shit
if you don't update as well. Like they intentionally start breaking fundamental.
You can't win.
I have found that out like over time, and it pisses me off so much.
You can't win. It's terrible.
You can't.
There's a reason everyone calls them microslop these days. It's horrible.
It's awful.
But yeah, so I switched.
Been meaning, there's like the simplified windows that I've been meaning to swap to.
Yeah. I switched to Omarchi because at this point I can run DaVinci Resolve Studio there.
Shit.
I can all of the games run because Steam, because of the Steam Deck, like Valve created Proton, which is an amazing emulator for gaming.
Hold on. Okay, I might swap to Linux then.
So you can install Proton, like all major Linux distros, whichever distros these days have Proton as a package you can install. And you can play basically any Steam game that will run on the Steam Deck will run on your desktop.
And if DaVinci Resolve has that option,
DaVinci Resolve Studio has Linux version. I play Phasmo, I play Graveyard. Like last night when we were streaming Graveyard Keeper, I was streaming from Omarchi for my gaming machine, and the streaming PC is also running Omarchi. So no Windows in the chain. Danielle's running on Windows laptop, but that's just because we haven't replaced it.
Okay. I might talk to you about more as much of a programmer-friendly Linux options?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily do Omarchi. For you, I'd probably just say, like, use Ubuntu. It's
or
pretty friendly.
I think there's, like, a Windows clone one that also works really well. Yeah, because I know a little bit about programming, mandatorily.
I just like Omarchi because I am a bit of a coder. Like, everything's meant to be used keyboard. Like, you're meant to do pretty much everything. You're not really meant to touch your mouse.
Fair.
So I like that, but it's definitely an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Requires some retraining. But yeah, no. For anyone who's a super nerd watching, happens to be, I love them, Archie. It's great.
The main thing is can Hoyoverse games run on it. I think that's going to be my thing. So
Hoyoverse?
I'm gonna have to. Yeah,
Give me a what's the actual name of one?
Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. Don't come after me. Yes, I'm a gacha player.
Impact.
Genshin Impact would be the big one.
Proton.
Because I guess
latest Proton version Genshin works with. So
amazing.
Yeah,
because they do release it on Steam and Epic Games and stuff as well.
If it's
free games.
If it says it's Steam Deck compatible, it will basically guaranteed run on anything that runs Proton.
Well, that's sick.
Yeah, no, I've been very impressed, and moving away from Windows has meant that like I don't have random audio issues. I don't have updates that crop up.
Yeah.
I don't tell it don't update my machine and then shut down and it updates my machine.
Yeah, I don't tell it don't update my machine and then it stops making my audio work and mouse work and anything work, and I go,
It's
fine,
terrible.
I'll update you.
It's
ass.
terrible.
They intentionally start. I swear, they intentionally start breaking fundamental things
they
until
do.
you update.
It's horrible. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I've been simplifying all of my tech stuff to limit distractions.
I've also been wanting to create my own home cloud server rather than using Google.
I did that. I set up a Proxmox system, and I have full
been meaning
VMs.
to.
Like I run a cloud in my house now.
Yep.
Not just services, but I run full. Like I can just stand up VMs simply. I actually, for StreamSmith, I have my entire development stack is hosted in the house.
I've been meaning to do that just because I use like a cloud system for so much stuff, but I'm just like,
yeah, I set up a NAS.
off.
I hope this is at least, I know this is super nerdy. You, by all means, tell us to get on to a different topic.
Yeah, I can talk more about D&D if you want me to. Not that that's any less nerdy.
I mean, it's just differently nerdy. But yeah, I have like a 60 terabyte NAS at the house and everything.
This is the stuff I want to talk to you about because you're probably better at it.
I just decided years ago that I was never going to lose another file for the rest of my life. So I just fixed it.
As a chronic file loser, yes, please.
I just fixed it. I was like, I'm done with this shit. So yeah, I even run my own certificate server in the house so that all of my like internal stuff can have root certificates that work. So that when I go to them in my web browser, it doesn't say this is insecure. Because that's so annoying.
It is. It is very annoying.
Anyways, yeah. I'm a bit of a coder nerd in case anyone hadn't picked up on that previously.
Remarkable if you've managed to not, but
it would be surprising if anyone hadn't picked up on that. But
yes,
yeah, but no, I'm also a game nerd. I'm
Yes.
also. I wish I was a music nerd. You know, I really do. I wish I had learned instruments at a younger age.
I wouldn't call myself a music nerd, but I did learn a lot of instruments at a younger age.
Yeah.
I do need to practice them. Fun fact: if you don't practice your skills, you lose them.
Yes, you
which
do.
does suck because
Yes, playing instruments is not like riding a bike.
Absolutely. Well, it is.
It
in
is a
some
bit.
ways. I haven't forgotten fundamentally how to do it.
Actually,
but
in fairness, I would argue that it is exactly the same. You can learn to ride a bike in about a week, and you can pick it back up in a couple of hours. You can learn to do a musical instrument over the course of years.
Yep.
And it will take
over the
you
course of a
months to
couple
come-
days or months,
Yeah.
depending on how much you practice, it can come back.
Yeah, exactly.
And your body will remember how to. This is from my experience.
the muscle memory stays.
This is from
Yeah.
my experience as a cellist of over 20 years who hasn't practiced in probably about 6.
Yeah.
Is the muscle memory stays.
Yeah.
Your ear will change, but you'll still like
generally
be on top of it. And you're gonna play and you're gonna hate yourself.
Yeah.
And that will happen.
But it will take you, a 1/100th the time to pick it back up as it did.
As it would to learn it. Yes. It's the same. Like I tried riding a bike again and my muscles vehemently hated me and I thought I was going to die.
Crafty Connect says almost got held back because the music grade was so bad. See, I am actually look. I would lie if I said like I was a sort of mythology and archaeology nerd in so much as knowing a lot about it, but I love archaeology, mythology. I love all of that stuff. I even took some like elective like history classes in university and everything
Oh, nice.
because I love that stuff.
It's
I just
cool.
I don't know it. Like I'm not knowledgeable about it. I love it. I'm just not knowledgeable.
I
about
know
it.
some things about mythology.
Don't get me
very
wrong.
nichely.
I know probably a lot more than like the average person, but compared to someone who would be like a
Actually
self-described
knowledgeable
like
about it, yeah.
mythology buff, I would make an ass of myself.
Yeah, me too. But I'm known to dabble.
Yeah,
Especially
for sure.
because a lot of the games and the lore that I follow are
I mean, in
strongly...
fairness, yeah. I think if you play fantasy games and everything else, you're probably starting on at least second base for that, or
Yeah,
at least first or second base
absolutely.
for that. So,
Like,
major was classical archaeology. Very cool.
ooh,
Yeah, I'm sure you have forgotten more about it than I ever knew. So,
that is so true. Same here.
yeah, I love archaeological history, trying to piece together the past, mythology,
Understanding that kind of
how
stuff.
much of mythology was real versus fake versus
Modified.
not either, just sort of straddling the line.
Yep.
Sheet music might as well be Minecraft enchanting table runes too.
Sheet music is so simple. It's just dumb.
I agree, Crafty Connect. I technically speaking can play the drums somewhat and play guitar somewhat, but I never learned music, and I think that was the biggest gap. Like I never actually learned like music theory, sound theory, that sort of stuff.
Okay, to be completely fair, music theory fucking sucks.
Oh, it does. It does.
Speaking as somebody who's studied music and has an RCM 10 like certification, music theory fucking sucks and I hate it.
Yes.
Actually, I technically don't have my certification because I never did my music theory.
Fair enough.
So,
Hang on. We're going to get back to the music theory in a minute, but C-Dot, you did a dig in Sicily during your uni days.
What?
I need more detail.
what?
That
C-Dot, why are you so cool? You were a bosun on a ship.
that sounds
You did an
awesome.
archaeology dig and what?
That legitimately, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's one of those things where it's like it sounds cooler than it was. I don't care. It's still cool.
Yeah,
It's still the coolest.
Why are you like the coolest person ever? Dear God.
That is super, super cool. But yeah, I feel free to drop more info. That sounds awesome. Yeah, music theory is, I mean, I'm the kind of person who is okay with slogging through it to an extent. It's just I never dedicated enough time to it.
It's weird math.
It is.
All it is well, I mean,
strictly speaking, it's physics. It's
Yeah.
just physics, which, given that I majored in physics, you would think, but yeah. Yeah, I majored in astrophysics.
oh shit.
I never actually graduated with that major. I took a lesser major in order to just get the hell out of university and start making money. But I did major in astrophysics. I took all of the stuff. I just didn't. There was one lab course that I didn't finish that I could have gotten.
Wild.
But I would have had to literally wait an entire year because of when it was offered, which was dumb.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
was just
one of
like,
those.
screw it. I generated with a general science degree.
Yeah.
It's still a BSc, but it's not any of the things. And
Neat.
Ivacor, we're gonna shower and take a nap. That sounds reasonable.
That is
It was good hanging out.
We do need to figure out mechanics for Sunday at some point, but
Yeah, you two gotta chat.
we gotta chat.
I don't know how much longer you want to go for. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the chat
This is
and
fun, yeah.
hanging out. I wasn't sure how much more wiring you were doing.
I'm gonna do at least a little bit
Okay.
more. So we can hang out and chat for a little longer. But I
Yeah.
think I got the base done. I have a tree.
It's looking tree-ish.
looking kind of like a tree.
I also, this probably doesn't come across on camera at all, but the trunk of the tree on this side says Phil and it has a heart.
Yes,
And that's just, I love that.
it's awesome.
I love that. Yeah, I do wish that I had just sort of earlier spent more time, because I did briefly in university try to learn guitar and drums, but I was never really able to like focus in on it and like learn.
Yeah,
And I regret that a bit. But I actually bought one of the Roland V-drum kits, like the silent-ish drums.
Oh, those are cool as hell.
And I got one of the pretty good ones, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But drumming is one of those things that it's like, it's fine, but unless you're actually going to do something with other musicians in a band sort of setting, it's completely pointless.
Music is it comes back to community. Music is a very you can learn an instrument on your own and it can be very fun,
Well,
but
like,
I think a lot of the fundamental joy of music comes from that community.
And there are instruments that are definitely more conducive, like guitar, for instance.
Yeah.
You can just like play guitar around a campfire, for instance, and it's thing. You're not going to play drums around a campfire. Even if you had them there, people would be like, well, I guess bongos to an extent, but like, you know what I mean.
There's I'm not bringing my multiple like tens of $1,000 cello somewhere. And it's like you go to a party and nobody has a fucking cello lying around.
Yeah, exactly.
Guitars,
a $50 acoustic, probably.
Ukuleles, yes. Pianos, yes. Entire like string instrument, no.
Not so much. Oh my god, bring it back to D&D for a second. One of my characters back in the day insisted on having basically a cello, what's the bigger version of the cello?
Double bass?
Yeah, double bass. As their instrument of choice. And I was like, that's fine. You are going to have to deal with the implications of that. Because that is not a small thing.
But also, you know what that's really good for? Hiding bodies.
In the instrument or in the case? Okay, just checking. Hang on, we have lore dump from CDOT. It was 4th century AD CE Roman villa. The owner of the villa was likely a wealthy horse trainer, as Sicilian horses were usually used in the races in Rome. The architecture was neat. It had a Roman and Greek feet used in different phases of construction. The marble pieces were shipped in as far as Iraq, and the mosaic found in the bathhouse was one of the largest inscription mosaics found in Sicily. It basically said, "This is an egocentric man's house. Welcome." That is so cool.
That is awesome. I love that.
Not so much the egocentric man's house.
Well,
I mean, that's
hilarious.
pretty typical, I think, to some extent. But that is so freaking cool. That is really cool. So the actual measurement. I assume when you say Roman and Greek feet, I assume you mean like the measurements changed throughout the construction. Is sort of how you knew that. Is that what we're talking about? That is so freaking cool.
Absolutely.
Man, if I just had all the free time and money, I could see myself just trying to do random stuff like that, except that I would have none of the training to make it worthwhile. But still, I mean, that's just so cool.
That's where I sit.
At least go for tours of some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I sit with, like, I want to be, if vampires were real.
It's so Roman ego, it hurt.
If vampires were real, I would want to be turned into a vampire because I could just take every university course ever and learn everything.
This is the thing, like, people talk about immortality and stuff. I'm like, yeah, sign me up instantly. Let's go.
The only caveat to immortality, I'd like my cat to also be immortal. That'd be chill.
Oh, also implies the importation of different artisans. Interesting.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Oh, God, that's so cool.
That's fascinating.
That's really freaking cool, yeah. I just want to learn everything.
Yeah, right?
There is to be offered in this world.
Same, yeah.
God.
Yeah. That's why I took physics, because it was like, well, theoretically, physics is everything.
It's everything, yeah.
And it kind of is, but at the same time, it's so nice. I mean, it's similar to what we were talking about with the AI versus, like, human intent. It's like, yeah, physics is everything, but it misses all of the beauty and the nuance of it. Like, yeah, of course, paint on canvas is just atoms and whatever, but it doesn't do it justice.
It really doesn't. But I like physics because it gives me answers.
Physics is fantastic for a lot of things, but it misses the even like in astrophysics, we were doing assignments in astrophysics where we were calculating the likely composition of planets around distant stars and stuff. And so like you're taking this gorgeous like galaxy megapixel scale image that's like super beautiful, and you're honing in on like 3 pixels of like vaguish pink over here and trying to run calculations on like what the likely atmospheric band absorption is. And it's like I don't know exactly what that is a microcosm of, but it is a microcosm of something, and it hurts. Instead, it's like, let's ignore the forest and look at this specific, not
One
even
tree.
the tree, but like the
Leaf.
specific scratch on the bark. It's just, it's useful, it's interesting, but it's so, I don't know, it's something.
Yeah, and it's also one of the fundamental things that I go, oh no, I'm getting existential about.
Yeah.
Is like everything has infinite or near infinite depth
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Like I spent so Tom's birthday was recently.
Yes.
And I went to his party intending to stay for like 15 minutes, and then I got dragged.
Stayed forever.
Yeah, somebody asked if I wanted to play D&D, and I went, I don't play enough D&D.
Right.
So that happened. But I ended up chatting with somebody who works in chocolate making. And specifically factory. It's where all our Ferrero Rochers come from. And the fact that he could talk for like over an hour about this, and this is just surface level.
We
specifics.
had a chocolatier come into one of my physics classes to discuss all of the different shears and everything else because a lot of the quality of chocolate actually comes not just from the ingredients but from the exact
Processing.
method of and it really, when it comes down to the deep parts of it, it's all, you know, how you shear the different molecules and how you like allow and don't allow different crystalline, molecular structures. And it's also fascinating. But it's like, this is chocolate making. And like, we could talk about this for years.
This is it's not even chocolate making. This is a specific
this
subsection
is one
of
aspect. This is the equipment used for chocolate making.
Yep. Or like the high, he was chatting about like the high iron content that chocolate has and how that wears on machinery. And
absolutely.
Like specifics of like processing and how to maximize your machinery. And
100%.
The world is huge and the world is fascinating. And I am bitter that I will never be able to understand all of it.
No chance. Yeah. So hang on. So Sicilian architecture is a really cool training and cultural hub. Makes sense.
Sick,
very cool.
yeah.
I like archaeology because it's the fingerprints of humanity. Yeah, yes. I mean, that's exactly right. And that's what makes it so fascinating and also sort of romantic in the sort of grand sense, right? It's like, this is where we came from. D&D, you guys, what? Yeah, exactly. Cousin took an advanced pastry making, and chocolate was always her least favorite class because of the complexity of using and shaping it.
Have you ever seen that guy that makes the most ridiculous shit?
It's crazy. And the videos do not do justice of how hard it is to make all of the different...
He makes it look so easy.
Yeah, like just the difference between a pliable sheet of chocolate and a completely not pliable
tempering
sheet.
I have talked about this when I made the dwarf bars.
Yeah.
Next time I make those, I have to temper the chocolate, which is why I'm never making those again, because tempering chocolate is a fucking nightmare.
A nightmare.
It is a insane feat of chemistry and science.
It's crazy.
And it is infuriating to me because, like, as somebody who studied engineering and like works in some semi-meticulous stuff, I handcraft cosplays for people who don't know, and like prop crafting. The thing that scares me is tempering chocolate.
Yeah.
I will happily work with, like, I love soldering, I love doing all that, which people will look at and go, oh no, that's not complicated.
No.
Sewing is complicated. Tempering chocolate is complicated.
Crocheting is technically incredibly complicated. Even though it's really easy, it's not.
It's not. And like all of those things that a lot of people associate with being like lesser or anything.
I was talking to a chocolatier once who, and I think it's probably very true in a lot of ways. They said, being a chocolatier is the worst parts of being, you know, a builder and a forger and like everything you can imagine, every aspect of everything, and an artisan, like a artistic creator, all of that put into one, and it's just a nightmare. And
you have to manage every aspect all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's wild.
A pessimistic romantic. I like that. That's a good description. I like that.
Yeah. There's, I mean, Adam Savage recently released a video where he talks about sewing, and I think his final conclusion was, anybody who can sew could build a house. Like, anybody who can sew, like, an arm sleeve, like a shirt, like a sleeve onto a shirt, could likely build a house.
I mean, look, I've built most of a house, not all at once, but over time, and, I mean, frankly, there's nothing that complex about it.
No.
really.
No.
It's one of those hard but simple things, right?
It's also one of those things where I look at it and go, man, this is like way more loosey-goosey than I ever thought would be.
Wow, it certainly
In
is the
certain
way
aspects.
most people do.
Yeah. Whereas like with sewing, you screw up one seam allowance, your piece is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's so many. This is going to get me started on another tangent. There's so many crafts in this world that are like so deeply intricate and interesting, and many are dying, and it's devastating to me.
Well, it's because we stopped doing apprenticeships.
Yep.
Like, there are things that take years to learn, and if somebody is not willing to allow you to take that long to learn it, it will not be learned.
Yep.
Even woodworking is dying, and it's fairly gentle on that regard. But because it actually takes skill and time to learn it, people don't learn woodworking mostly anymore. Like hobby do, but like professionally, it's very rare.
Especially
they
because
learn
many things like that don't pay well.
right.
So you're
They'll learn
stuck.
construction. They'll learn like CNC. They'll learn whatever. But the actual honest to God woodworking is pretty rare because it. And even that, like, it's fairly forgiving, but nothing compared to mass market kind of stuff. So,
and meanwhile, like, I know there are certain lab equipment, glasswork that the method to make it is lost. So
100%.
any glassware like lab equipment that we have, a lot of it is like, if you break this, it's A, millions of dollars, but B,
you need to wait
good
3
luck,
years
man.
while somebody refigures
like
out.
nobody knows.
Well, they'd have to refigure it out. Like the thing is, we know how, but we don't have the capability.
But there's also, I don't know how mythical it's become or how true it actually is, but like certain weaves of cloth that are so fine and so light that previously could be made, methods are lost to time. Damascus steel, methods are lost to time.
So like the methods, yes.
Being able to replicate it would be impossible, but trying to make something equivalent, I guess, could
generally
be possible.
speaking with that kind of stuff, it's less that it's impossible to replicate and more that you're never going to convince somebody to spend the time to do it.
Yeah, or you have to, we need to bring back rich people, like, modern rich people suck. We need to bring back
Most of them,
we need to bring back rich people just sponsoring artists to sit around and just make shit all day.
Well, we just need to. I mean, the reality is that what we need to do is just exactly like it's the apprenticeship model. That's you don't even need rich to do it. You just need people who are willing to invest time in a result.
People are willing to invest time in a result if they're able to meet their basic needs. Which
No, but that's what I'm talking about. Like
not,
as the not as the apprentice, but as the patron.
Oh, the patron.
The patron needs to like. It's going to be 3 or 4 years before you're producing something that's truly worth. But then
what I know about craftspeople is they would love to share what they do with somebody else.
Yeah.
But again, it's a matter of
there's an aspect of them not being able to afford it. There's also an aspect of a lot of people not being willing to take the time to do that or commit to it or anything else. And I get it because it's like, well, I could do that and probably actually make
incredible
more
things.
money in the long run.
But
the people who truly are at the height of their craft still make really good money.
Depending on what it is,
Not all, but
on occasion.
Yeah. But the difference is like, okay, well, I could take 10 years becoming a master of that and then make good money, or I can go and work in a mass manufacture shop and start making money right now.
Mm-hmm. And only one of those keeps you fed.
That's a hard sell. Even if you make enough to get by doing A, B is still more attractive in a lot of ways. Well, if you want to like get a house and start a family and everything else, you're not going to do that if you're being an apprentice.
I forget that people want to do that. That's on me.
I'm just saying.
I'd be happy with that.
Can rich people fund museums to research how to take care of old fabric?
No, rich people can only tear down museums to build condos there. Sorry.
Well, that's not true. there are rich people that fund museums
There are,
and everything
and
else.
hospitals and stuff. They're cool. And then there's people in Toronto who are planning on tearing down and relocating our science center, which is a fundamental part of the community because they want to build condos for their rich friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right?
I'm furious about that if it wasn't clear.
Yeah, it's amazing how much stuff we lose every year because the preservation just has not been researched at all. So
Yeah. I was chatting about the other day how there is a single, I guess, craft shop in the world that can make the curling stones for the Olympics. And they have to be so specific and precise, and they can only be used once. So they turn them into like like not medals, but like keepsakes essentially for the teams, which is cool as hell.
Yeah. It's very neat.
And like, there's so much in this world. There's so much in this world.
Tom Scott is doing a new series going across England, and one of the episodes of it was he was at a bell factory. They make church bells, and they're basically the only place that does it anymore in that entire continent. And so they were breaking down the old church bells and reforging them into new church bells, and the place had existed for long enough and had been consistently apprenticeshipped all the way through that the bells that they were making, they would melt down the old bells. They still had the exact same lettering as the old bells, so the new ones were like effectively identical to the old ones.
That's so
and
cool.
The reason they have to reforge them every 80, 100 years or whatever is because the repeated striking changes it condenses the metal.
Yeah.
So they start sounding different.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
I love...
Science Center's roof is too damaged. Yeah, no, look, I mean, yeah.
They refuse to put...
This was sarcasm, to be clear.
Yeah.
This is like,
Okay.
the roof is too damaged. It's not, and they need to...
It's
and
not,
condos
and they're
in higher
stupid.
demand, they're not. That was Crafty's. Yeah. So look, the thing is...
I
don't have a problem with them moving the Science Center in theory. There are reasons that I would fully accept for moving the Science Center. I am simultaneously conservation is great, and also it cannot stand in the way of progress.
Yeah.
On the whole, on individual cases, absolutely can. But on the whole, we need to make progress. We also need to conserve. Those are often at odds, and progress should ultimately, on the whole, win out. Because we do need to progress.
We can't not move forward.
We need to move forward. We can't continue in our current state because we are on a bad path. We need to progress out of that path. But something like Science Center, there are many reasons that they could be moving it that would be fine. None of the reasons that they're giving are acceptable. It's dumb, yeah. But then again, what isn't dumb these days?
Yeah. It really sucks.
For me, the big thing with the Science Center is what they should be doing is creating more science centers.
Oh, God, I wish.
We do not have nearly enough. Like, people talk all the time about getting people into STEM and everything else. And it's like, well, how do you expect that to work?
When you're cutting university funding, when you're cutting all
I don't
of
even
this
think
stuff, and then
university funding matters because I think that somebody getting into STEM happens long before university.
Yes. That's why
But,
the Science Center is really cool.
Exactly. Like, come on. If you want people to get into this, you need to get them into it at 10 years old.
Yep. It's what happened to me.
It's just like drug. No.
Don't get your kids into drugs at 10 years old.
Don't do drugs.
Well,
Except caffeine. Caffeine is the one drug that has basically no side effects as long as you don't take medications that preclude it and don't have heart conditions.
that's a lot of caveats, yes.
Not that many. I mean, the thing that makes your heart beat faster, don't do it if your heart already beats too fast.
That's true.
Are we talking about Toronto? Yeah, we're talking about the Science Center in Toronto. It's a boondoggle. Get the kids into museums and libraries and teach them critical thinking. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Come on, of course. This seems, and I don't even know of anyone who feels that that's a bad path. We just don't do it as a group. It's weird.
Yep.
I don't know. Get the kids into hobbies they can't afford drugs. That's right.
That's it.
That is literally true, yes, but also yes.
No, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
EVA foam's expensive, man.
Man, I made chainmail as a kid, and that's a fairly expensive hobby.
Yep. There we go.
Metal's not cheap.
Metal is not cheap. EVA foam is not cheap.
It is not. EVA foam, I feel like, on the one hand, I'm like, it should probably be cheaper. On the other hand, I'm like, it's probably good that it's not because it's horrible for the environment.
Yeah,
It's one of those really bad things that
it is.
it's probably okay that it's not cheaper.
Which kind of sucks because it's cool as hell
I
and great to
know,
use.
I know. I'm hoping at some point they make the mushroom replacements actually work out. But right
that
now,
would be sick.
right now they're still. The last I read about it, the problem is that you can grow it into a shape, and that's fine because it basically grows into the shape and then desiccates itself. But if you start like doing sheets and then trying to like cut it, it either degrades or you have to have it still semi-alive when you're doing it, at which point it can mold and weird shit.
Yeah.
So hopefully, hey TK, how's it going?
Hey.
Make chainmail jewelry. Yeah, it's very I really enjoyed it. It was very finicky, very
Kind of relaxing. in a
yeah.
way.
It's I was trying to think of what the word people use for it is.
Meditative?
Therapeutic, I guess.
Therapeutic, meditative.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, but yeah, not cheap, especially when you start getting into like brass wire and stuff. It's as you know. So yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, hobbies, apprenticeships. We need to bring back actual human. We need to bring back all the things that we talk about in D&D. D&D is
Cults?
so wholesome. Yeah, cults, cults and murder hobos. That's the future right there.
Get your bunny girls into cults.
Human connection, exactly.
Human
right.
connection is
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, actual human connection, and it doesn't need to be like physical connection. It's always
No.
nice, but it doesn't have to be. It's
Just community.
just community.
Yeah.
Cults. Exactly.
Cults.
But like good cults.
That's the difference.
That's right. Somebody once told me that I would be a good cult leader. I'm like, no, I would be a terrible cult leader because I wouldn't want things from people.
That's the difference. Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't. No, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't want to take advantage of people. I'd end up helping them.
Which is, where we want religion to be, ideally.
It would be better, yeah. But
Yeah. Apparently, all my DMs have looked at me and gone, "Yeah, you'd enter a cult," because in my home game, I've also accidentally joined a cult.
I mean, I don't think most people purposely join a cult. I think it's always accidental.
That's true. That's how cults work.
I think that's kind of the hallmark of a cult is that it kind of has to be accidental.
Devin, Austin, and Aaron have a fantastic time introducing me to people as an eco-terrorist, though. Which really sets the tone.
Right?
So, that's...
You just need to embrace it. Just be like, listen, I only bombed those 2 warehouses. It's fine.
man, I wish I was that cool. Damn. Look, can you guys start introducing me as an archfey? I think that's cooler.
Archfey? Yeah, we could do
God.
that. I always just introduce you as the person that can't open doors correctly.
Oh, the one that makes you use your imagination
right,
in the game
the-
of D&D?
Yeah, the person that thinks I should use my imagination.
Wow.
Eco-terrorist is a reference to the Tide stuff when she joined the
Eco-terrorism cult?
the Order of the
Order of Ivy.
Order of Ivy. That's what's called.
I don't know what you expect a 6-year-old rabbit.
I mean, I didn't think any of that was unreasonable.
Me
Everybody's
neither.
giving you
Everybody is giving me a hard
everyone's
time.
giving you such a hard time.
That
and
is precisely what would happen to a 6-year-old bunny if you
I
told
thought-
them,
yeah.
the world and plants that you love and rely on
Yeah.
are dying, and you go,
Yeah, this
I don't
was-
want to hurt people, but I do.
I think the problem is, and this is a very common thing both in D&D and in the wider world.
Victim-blaming cult people?
Well,
People for cults?
sure, but no, I think people have a really hard time once they learn something. They have a really hard time imagining the ignorance of that fact. So, like now that we know what they're up to,
Yeah.
everybody's kind of framing it as like, well, they want to like drop the Sky Ocean and they want to do all these horrible things. Like, yeah, but at the time, that was not part of the discussion. We didn't know anything
No.
about that. Now, obviously, it was kind of implied at a player level that this was sort of a bad thing.
But
at a character level,
yeah,
you didn't have any of that information.
like I don't want to use it's what my character would do as an excuse, but truly, it is what my character
But that
would
should
do.
never be an excuse, right? Like that's the whole point of role playing.
I mean, okay, there is a point where it's what my character will do is a crutch. There was a first session of a game that I played.
Sure.
Where we had we were in an all of us were in an inn, classic start, and a massive rift tore open and a giant creature came out and annihilated a bunch of guards instantly and sent these little creatures skittering in.
Mm-hmm.
So all of us went, oh no, there's other patrons here. We should start taking care of this and saving the patrons. Somebody went, oh, my character would go rob a jewelry store. And so the DM had to juggle the fact that this character just left and robbed a jewelry store during the first major confrontation of a game.
All right.
And they justified it with, oh, it's just what my character would be doing.
So, there
are limits
There's what my character would do within the bounds of the situation and what my character would do if there was no situation at all.
Yeah.
And yes, I agree. The former is stupid. The latter is almost always a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much on the mark, C-Dot. Mal was being a good player. And
oh, thank you.
I don't think at the time, and I don't think to a large extent, I don't think Imus has ever given you any shit for it. We rib you occasionally because it's funny.
Yes.
But I don't think Imus has ever given Seyval any trouble about
no, honestly,
because
Imus has been very chill.
It was the right choice. It was a reasonable choice for your character to make.
Yeah.
Even though you and I both knew sitting at the table that it was a bad idea. It was Devin literally setting up some sort of bad thing.
To be fair, Devin also has explicitly stated that he had no idea that was going to happen, which is hysterical to
But
me.
I mean, at the same time, Devin says that a lot. And I mean, it's fair, but also it's you set this up. You had a environmentally conscious Nemo in the group who was naive about the world, and you set this up specifically for that character. How did you not think this was going to happen?
Yep. Also, you're the one who made put the cult thing on me.
Yeah, exactly. It's you did this.
Literally.
No, I think that
I think it's awesome though.
I think that you did the right thing in the moment. I think that you've been doing a great job with your character.
I love what you've been doing with Imus.
I have enjoyed playing Imus.
He's what? You go, oh yeah, the wizard tower's a bad idea. We shouldn't go there, and turn around to a back alley chop shop and go, here's my arm. Incredible.
It's the evil you know versus the evil you don't, right?
Uh-huh. Absolutely incredible. I adore it.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because as we play more, I kind of can put the existential crisis to bed because that was the whole thing. The whole game started with I'm trying to remake myself.
Yeah.
And then it was oh, I'm not going to be given that opportunity. All right, well, we'll slowly start leaning into this. That's
Yep.
fine.
I guess these schmucks are my family now.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Okay. All right.
All right, we're taking care of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's fine. That's what D&D is all about, right? You create your character and then you try to frame all of the events as that character. And I do think a lot of people, the found family trope. That's right.
That is absolutely where Tides is.
I do think a lot of people revert to not playing their character.
And there's points where that is important.
Sometimes you have to,
fair.
for the sake of the story. Sometimes you have to.
But playing D&D or being, I guess, quote unquote, good at playing D&D is understanding when that's necessary and understanding when it's necessary to play your character.
Yeah.
And that's hard. That's hard to know.
Yeah, and I also think that there's and I won't name names because some people that we play with on the channel are guilty of this. But I'm not going to name names.
We love them anyway.
But more broadly, I think that it is a common thing. There's a lot of people that tend to not want to have confrontation in character.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's no, we're playing as a group. We have to be a group. It's hang on. A little bit of interpersonal conflict is not a bad thing.
Do we occasionally linger on it a little too long? Maybe.
Well, so we have
But-
the additional consideration of streaming the game,
Yes.
which needs to be entertaining. But I also think that if everybody always just sort of like, well, it's what's right for the story to move forward, so we better just do it. It's like that's not. I wouldn't watch that if it was always just like path of least resistance. And I do think that both in the broader D&D community, and we have had this on stream, again, not going to name names, and I might have even been guilty of it from time to time. We have people who it's like, well, no, we can't have this discussion because, we just have to do what the DM set forth. And it's like, well, no, we can bitch and moan for a minute. It's fine.
To an extent, I think we all have like moments of like trying to figure out where that line is.
Yeah.
And this is, sorry, on a side note, this is pretty sick.
That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what it is. Is this just sort of like the breaking of the
And so I don't know if it wasn't described last week. I know that because we wrote that entire ending monologue together. So I know that it wasn't there. But as I mentioned, the Wither Witch controls the magic of this place, and the architect has been hired to control the physicality of this space.
Right.
And so I haven't done the roots, but with the roots like breaking and like digging through tile and like breaking apart this waiting room, the architect is the one responsible for trying to hold it all together while we resolve whatever needs to be resolved per se.
I like it.
A fun thing that will be revealed in character, but I think I can drop it now as well, on Sunday, is that through the party's collective wishes that the Wither Witch has heard, the Wither Witch has decided to make Phil a player. The magic may have gone a little awry.
Adding sentience to objects never goes awry. Come on.
Solomon knows that. And there is a stipulation in the contract for both the Wither Witch and the architect that we are not allowed to interfere directly with player actions.
Oh, okay.
So Phil's now a player, which means we can't do anything about
I like
him.
it.
Which is why the party is going to be the ones having to.
So,
we can provide
so we
support.
have to clean up your mess is what you're saying.
Yes. To be fair, you guys kind of caused our mess.
Well, yeah, 100%.
But
the great thing is we can pretend that we didn't.
Yes. So that is going to be where a lot of this lies. And it's going to be great and fantastic and super fun. Now, so we can provide support, obviously. Yeah. I'm not going to spoil what the Wither Witch's support is, but the architect's support...
Unlimited health potions.
The frog's going to be around.
Okay, all right.
But as a little spoiler, the architect is providing literal physical support.
I like it. I like it.
And some other stuff.
See, that says, feel the movement from beginner to TTRPG to more experienced is when you can successfully incorporate characters with interpersonal conflict. Yeah, I think that's right. Again, this could be biased on my own journey of moving away from goody two-shoes hero characters to more morally complex gray characters. Yeah, and I think that's true on the DM side, too. Like, I would, with the characters that I ran through games when I was DMing a lot for people, I would usually start with some fairly softball stuff, and then as the characters started to gel a little bit, their missions, like their quests and everything else, would get more morally gray. Where it's like, yeah, you can solve this problem for the town, but that has ramifications. If you just go and murder a bunch of people, like they had families, they had people, they had other things that were knock-on effects from what they were doing, and you are disrupting all of that, and that can cause
ramifications.
Yeah, ramifications.
It's why I really have enjoyed playing Tides, and it's something I'm still like working on in my personal life, is like that morally gray aspect, because my brain functions, as I mentioned, with how much I like physics and math. I like there to be the answer.
Yeah.
There
it's
is
like, this
the
is
answer,
the thing to do. Yeah.
And I want that.
Yeah.
And I love how Devin is crafting the Imarian world around Tides, because there's no answer. And I play very much that way, especially with Seyval, and it's a really fun, like, yes, she is a character, but she is like almost my way of like griping with that aspect of myself and trying to figure it out. And it's such a if you need therapy, go to therapy. But man, D&D is good therapy.
You know what? Part of therapy is understanding what aspects of yourself go up against walls, and I think D&D and other all team sports, really, and not to call D&D a sport, but it is definitely
Kinda
a team.
yeah.
Whether it is a sport or not is, it's not. But it is a team game, at least.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. That's why people who partake in such things tend to have, they're more mentally healthy overall.
Yeah, and it's a great way to learn things about yourself and to grow as a person and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
to explore aspects of humanity without without having to literally do it yourself.
Yeah.
But trend in therapy to incorporate using D&D? Yeah.
There has been, yes.
Yeah,
it's
for
very
sure,
interesting.
yeah.
But it has to be people who are like understanding and willing to do that. So I don't know. It's never going to
And understand the goal of it too.
Yeah.
Like it is important that you understand that there is a goal of exploration there as well. On a different but mildly related topic, the other day when we were playing Tides and they were trying, you guys were all trying to figure out like what to do next, and like Tom's turning to me, everybody's like trying to turn to me, and it's like, guys, I didn't want to say it as a player, but I'm like, listen, I'm the guy who's perfectly happy to play the sandbox game where there's no direction whatsoever. You are turning to the wrong person for this. It's like there are 15 different things that we can do, and I'm happy to do any of them.
I do love that we had that whole discussion.
Yeah.
And then immediately was given a direction.
Yeah.
That cracks me the hell up.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those
and
things
it's also
like,
that we never would have agreed on something. Like,
well, this is the thing. Like when we were having the discussion, like there was the obvious answer, which is why eventually I just like out of character, I was just like, Diamond Skull. We just go and talk to the diamond. Like, come on, if you just want a direction, Diamond Skull.
I think it's one of the things of the group that we're streaming with, or just even the fact that we're streaming itself. We are a group of strong personalities.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. I love everybody so dearly.
For sure.
We are hard-headed as fuck. Like we go, this is what I want to do, and that's what I want to do, and we're gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
And Devin sits there and goes, Jesus
All right,
Christ,
fine,
I have a
I'll
headache
work
now.
with it.
Like, I don't know how Devin lives through. Like, I love Deadliest because I give you guys a direction and go, you fucking die if you don't go in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, they're very polar opposites, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's why we run both of them, is because some people like one aspect of D&D and other people like the other aspect.
And
I
as
like
a
both.
DM, Deadliest is what works with me.
Yeah.
I am not like a political intrigue, cool stuff. I am a I'm gonna throw some whack ass mechanics at you and laugh at you.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I love that. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I want to talk about this specifically. So the banana room incinerator. I had a very fun mechanic for that I never got to use. Which is that if you had in fact either like covered yourself with a banana peel or like disguised yourself in some way.
because I was
going
gonna
to
disguise self. Yeah.
If you disguised yourself as a banana, you would have passed the
filter.
The filter, yeah, you would have passed the quality control check, essentially. And then you would have been packaged in shrink wrap plastic and suffocated slowly to death.
Oh, I'm so upset that I didn't do
Right!
that.
You would have been packaged as a banana.
Oh,
as a
that would've
banana
been
tree.
so good.
And then you would have been...
Think of all the trauma I could have had.
Exactly. Meanwhile, you guys run into the incinerator the architect gives you multiple times.
Okay, in fairness, we didn't run into it. We were placed into it. To be fair, we actually never went into the
That's
incinerator.
true. You guys went through the like...
There are like
positive
weird
exit.
copies went into the incinerator. Richter says there's a program that uses D&D to bolster kids' communication and emotional growth. My eldest child worked as a DM in it for a couple of campaigns.
That's fantastic.
That is super cool.
That is a fantastic
and
use
also
of that.
almost certainly a wonderful idea / program. Placed into it. Yeah, so in fairness, what actually happened with that, the first cabin was the cabin came up and we all started taking damage. And it felt like things were like stabbing inside of us. And we were like, bad cabin, hit the button. But our weird copies that we were like linked to
were in there.
then
and
went into the incinerator, and thus it was like we went into the incinerator.
Yes. That was
So
such a fun fight to
It
play.
was super fun, super cool. We enjoyed the hell out of it, but we did not go into the incinerator.
No, that is fair. I was very excited for the banana incinerator.
I wish I had done that now, because I was this close to doing it.
I
It was so
know.
close to just being like, disguise self, run through the door.
Oh man, but
Really upset that I didn't do that now.
yeah, you would have gotten packaged.
That would have been awesome.
It would have been so funny. Is there any like by that point in that floor? Did I have any like actual plans or thoughts? No. I was running off like fumes at that point, but
Yep.
it was still fun. It was still
That's
very
super
fun.
Yeah, I really like Deadliest. I think we've found a good group for Deadliest
I
that
love
nobody feels bad about dying.
Yes.
Which is great, because we did have people in the past that did Deadliest that they didn't want to die. Tom being obviously famous for it.
We
but
love
like,
you, Tom, but
why? Tom knows he doesn't want to die. This is not
the
news to Tom.
Keymaster specifically, but
Well, all Tom's characters,
A lot
for the
of
most
Tom's
part.
characters, yeah.
Mostly, Tom does not like his characters to die. Obviously, when he started in Deadliest, he was more willing to have the Keymaster die. But after like a couple of seasons, he was like, well, now I can't let the character die.
yeah.
It became a trope, which is fine. But like even outside of that, like there are people that don't like their characters dying ever, even if they do come back, just because it's like it's a mental block of sorts. And then there are people that are like, this is fine, like it's part of the game. And I think we've found a good group that everybody's cool with it. We do need to do a bit better job of like playing it up when we die.
Yeah.
We're getting better.
Yes.
We need to do more of that. But overall, I think the current group is gelling really well. I think it's becoming more and more entertaining. And you guys are killing it with all the work you're putting into like the maps and everything. It's super fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is really fun, and it's giving me like, I love crafting, but as many people who make stuff, you included, know, if there's no like deadline or
Yeah.
like something going on or other
It's
people,
so easy to do other stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that like you just kind of look at it and go, okay, but
Yeah.
like I don't have to do it, and I just got off like a 10-hour shift, so I'm
Yeah.
tired, and
I do think that in season 5 we are going to. I don't know what we're going to do, because obviously we're still figuring all this out. But we are going to definitely move into a rotation of some sort where we do some number of weeks of play, and then at least 1 week of building.
yeah. 'Cause-
So because that way, like we're already here, everybody can be here. It's part of the schedule, and then it just gives everybody an opportunity, characters and DMs, to come together and like build stuff together, chat, yap with you in chat, talking about completely unrelated stuff, all the
Yeah.
good stuff. So I do think that will be part of season 5. We're still going to sort out all the details, but I think that's going to be an important part of season
You want
5.
to pass me a player mini just so I can see if you guys can actually stand on these? I think this one might be too slanted, but
That's technically none of those are player minis.
that'll.
No, you said player mini.
Oh, you're sliding. I'll bring in museum putty to like reduce sliding. Who is that?
That is.
Is that Foley? No,
No, that was Phineas.
Phineas. Yeah, this one will be fine.
Yeah.
This will hold. This one I'll bring
That
in.
one definitely a little bit
Slidey.
less, yeah.
But I have museum putty, so we can
Okay.
we can make it work.
Okay.
Um,
I feel like I could procrastinate the heck out of some pieces I was making for a charity art show recently.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. The
I
eternal crafter's dilemma.
Danielle does theater stuff, and they always do.
I'm such a theater nerd.
They always do like silent auctions, and so I for a while I was doing woodworking semi-professionally, but it's very hard to do any sort of craft sales professionally, and it was a pain in the ass. So I kind of moved away from it. I still do it on occasion, but I still have a backlog of like all kinds of stuff that I made. And so every time one rolls around, she's like, could you like maybe make something? And I'm like, nope, but I can give you some of my inventory. Because then I don't have to make anything.
Crafting is fun and delightful, and also like the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
I have a list of like 60 something projects.
Yeah.
that I've like wanted to do, and have I done any of them? No.
Right.
But I love it.
I keep meaning to make us dice trays for
Yeah.
for our streams, like
That'd be cool.
customized, personalized dice trays.
Like one that I might actually do is I've been meaning to make Seval's armor that she has.
Yep.
And I actually have a old friend of mine I ran into at a market who professionally does. We used to play cello together, and now he does professional leather work.
Yeah.
So I was gonna talk to him about he does like really cool engraving, and he has like a laser cutter for his leather engraving.
Yep.
So I've been meaning to be like, hey, can you help me out with this, because I want to get like a shoulder piece with little engraved leaves in it,
Yep.
all that jazz. Do I? No. Do I do it? Absolutely not.
Right. Yeah, I keep meaning to, because I can make really nice dice trays for us. I haven't had time. Well, I don't even know if that's fair. I haven't done it.
Yeah. Haven't had time is the eternal, like...
I mean, there are things that are higher priority than that, but also there are things that are lower priority that I've done instead, like watching movies and stuff. So, you know.
The curse of being human.
Yeah, I try so hard to cut out all of the like consumption stuff. Like streaming and stuff is fine because at least you're part of it. Like gaming and streaming are different, but like
it's engaging.
The completely passive
oh god, yeah.
consumption of like pre-recorded shows, I'm like, I try to get away from that, and I've been doing pretty well. But I mean, in fairness, some pre-recorded shows are just so damn good.
Yeah. Have you watched Project Hail Mary?
No, I haven't.
Do it.
I'm going to, but I'm waiting for it to come out at this
The
point.
theater experience was insane.
So the problem is the theater experience is insane depending on which theater patrons you happen to.
Oh yeah, I had
end
some
up
real annoying people behind
Yeah.
me during. I still cried my eyes out and adored it though. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the book is amazing. Honestly, Hail Mary is one of the best books written in recent time.
I
It's
haven't read
phenomenal.
it yet, but I need to.
Oh, the book's fantastic.
I
highly recommend the Audible book.
I had an
Ray Porter's a great narrator.
My experience with The Martian was that I should have watched the movie before reading it.
Really?
Yes. I am not normally that way with movie book adaptations.
Interesting, because I actually disliked the movie to an extent.
I disliked it because I read the book.
Ah, okay, yeah. Fair enough.
If I did not read the book, I feel like I would have enjoyed the movie a lot more because the movie was missing two key parts that I really, really loved in the book.
Yeah.
The first one is a little bit superficial and a little bit dumb, but it made me sad it wasn't in the movie, which is the boobs bit. When he first reestablishes contact with Earth, he swears in one of his messages, and Earth replies, "Hey, we're broadcasting this, so please don't swear." And he sends back the emoticon of boobies and goes, "Hey, kids, boobies."
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, "Wait, which part are you talking?" Yeah.
It's such an establishment of character and this like hope and joy and whimsy in devastating circumstances that is so human.
Yeah.
But also, God, the boobs bit. Include the boobs bit. The second thing I missed, and it's because of the confines of how media, like, you can't make the movie 7 hours long.
Yeah.
I understand that, but also I want the movie to be 7 hours long because they cut out so much of the
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the prep.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the journey for me, it was the prep.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what I disliked vehemently about. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like Martian the movie.
It's honestly one of the best adaptations.
It's a very good movie, and overall it's very good.
Yeah.
But the unnecessary poop joke pissed me off.
Well,
so in the book, he goes into a great deal. If you haven't read The Martian and you have watched the movie, in the book he goes into a great deal of information about. Well, not a great deal, but he covers the fact that he can only use his own waste because any of the pathogens in it he already has.
Yeah, that makes
sense. He can't use any of the other crew members because that would be risky.
Yeah.
In the movie, instead of doing that, which I thought was a great little bit of science.
Well, Andy Weir does incredible stuff.
Exactly. Although there's a Reddit post.
Oh, there's things.
I'll tell you in a second. But
okay.
In the movie, they shit all over that because they decided that it would be funnier if he did like the Johansson line. And it's like, that was just unnecessary. I've heard there's an extended Hail Mary that will be available. Yeah, I suspect there will
better be.
and I'm sure it will
I
be
will
good.
say, okay, this is a slight sidetrack.
Yeah.
I've seen people go, oh my God, they need to release the 4-hour-long assembly cut. And I want to tear my hair out and scream at them because an assembly cut for people is very different than a director's cut.
You don't want it.
You do not want the assembly cut. It will be the equivalent of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 because that movie was cut completely wrong. You were leaving in the like little 5-second bits at the front and back of whatever takes they picked.
Yeah.
It would be garbage. It would flow horribly.
Yeah.
It would be terrible. You do not want the assembly cut. What you want is the director's cut. Get it right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love all of you. But
I mean, I don't think they're probably watching, but
I'm so mad about that. But
yeah,
yes,
no, it is
director's
true.
cut would be incredible.
There will be one. I'm
There
sure
needs
there
to
will.
be one.
So with Martian,
Yeah.
after it came out and I read the book, Andy Weir was doing an AMA on Reddit, and
Hell yeah.
I don't even actually think he was doing an official AMA. He was just answering questions in the subreddit.
Nice.
And I said, and I just posted, I said, so did this take place in a parallel universe? Because in reality, he would have just made a diode radio to talk VHF to the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which then has a backhaul to Earth. And to his credit, Andy Weir responded and just said, I completely forgot about that. I'm sorry.
That's fair. And you know what? An author who can fully, or any human who can fully admit that, I respect.
It was
I respect it.
It was one of those things. Like I posted partly tongue in cheek, but also partly because I was like, I'm actually curious if he had
accounted for that.
Because the timeline wasn't perfectly clear and everything else. You can kind of reconstruct it from some orbital mechanics, but like it wasn't super clear. And like maybe the idea was that like yes, other stuff had happened and that's why they were doing the mission. And to his credit, he was just like, no, I actually just completely forgot that existed.
That's so funny.
You're right. And it's like, all right, fair enough. I respect that.
As a fellow person in STEM, I will forewarn you of perhaps, I will say, you're not a glasses wearer, no.
No.
So there's one thing that will piss you off in the movie, very notably and very early on. He uses a centrifuge.
Yes.
And does not balance it.
Oh.
And everybody I know is furious. That was the first thing we said after the movie.
That kind of stuff, I'm like, whatever.
It cracks me up, but it's also like, the other thing is, and for anybody who's watched it, it's incredible, and I told my friend about it before we went to see the movie because I knew it would piss him off because he wears glasses, is that Ryan Gosling has no frickin' clue how to wear glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And that's okay. But everybody on set went, oh, it's Ryan Gosling. We're just going to assume that he knows how glasses work. So for I think the first third of filming, every time he like takes his glasses off because he's
he like touches the lens?
No, he hangs them off his face.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a third of the way or halfway through filming, somebody asked him like, hey, why do you do that? Thinking it's like a character thing or something. And he went, is that not how you do it? And it was way too late in the filming process for them to change it. So it's just a character thing. And it is the most gung-ho way for somebody thousands of like so far from Earth with only one pair of glasses to be handling that pair.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's okay. Rocky could make them more. It's fine.
Rocky can make it more. I love the movie. I know there's some amount of deviation from the book.
Well, yeah, I fully expected there
especially
would
with
be.
the journey back to Arid, I will say.
Yeah.
Is a huge deviation from the book.
To be fair, I think that it's totally fine to just end the book essentially, or end that however you want. I think the book was amazingly well done and the right level of detail, but that was not key to the story.
Andy Weir has actually released the PDF document that he has on Iridians that he was using to maintain consistency. So he has this like full detailed breakdown of their culture, science, history. Like
there was also I think it was a Twitter thread, an X thread where somebody said, "You will never convince me, or I will die on this mountain," or something like that. Grace calls his little shelter on Arid Graceland and won't let Rocky in on the joke. And Andy Weir replied and said, that's canon.
Yes!
That's now canon.
I love that.
I'm like, yeah, that's
it's
perfect.
The movie made me cry so many times. It's beautifully done, beautifully shot.
Yeah,
it is a space epic shot like a comedy.
Yeah.
And that is I love it.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I was going to watch it in IMAX, and then I missed the boat on it because I've been so busy. And then it came back to IMAX for a week, but I thought that it was through Saturday, and it ended Friday.
Oh, that's so sad.
And I was like, God damn it. So I have not seen it, and at this point, I'm just waiting for it to come out,
fair.
I will just watch it at home.
Because
then I won't have to deal with anybody talking in the damn theater.
That is fair. I am not a fan of sci-fi, personally, for a plethora of reasons.
I am obviously very much a fan of sci-fi, but...
This movie is my flavor of not sci-fi.
It was... The book, the material is just flawless, so it's hard to
It's hard to dislike it, and I think, like... I think a big chunk of the reason it is...
Welcome to Sunday Book Reviews.
Welcome to Media Review. I think a big chunk of the reason is a lot of sci-fi takes itself way too fucking seriously.
Yeah.
And that's great. I love it for them.
But does so in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like it takes like the ethical nature of it super seriously, but hand waves all of the other stuff, and it just doesn't mesh well.
And the way that Andy Weir does it just really clicks.
I think he does a really good job.
He does a really good job. I can't wait to read the book because I love his...
The book is phenomenal.
Somewhat scientific, somewhat not scientific, like shenanigans.
The only thing I will say is I love the Audible stuff for Andy Weir stuff because it's also narrated by Ray Porter, and Ray Porter is awesome. I
might check that out. I also, Ava Strat is my favorite character.
Yeah, Ava Strat was really well done.
Strat
is
fascinating and incredible, and the actress who plays her did
a good job.
Justice.
That's good because that would be really bad if they hadn't done it.
They have an incredible actress for Strat.
Good. Because Strat is a very compelling character.
Very compelling, very complex, very good. Like intentional or not, incredible commentary on like political positioning and scapegoating and what needs to be done to resolve crises.
Yeah.
Insane.
The we'll fix it, but you won't like it.
What needs I think I saw this incredible quote on ruthlessness overlaid over it was a Tumblr edit.
Yeah.
But it's just like ruthlessness is not cruelty. Ruthlessness is seeing that clear, beautiful line from point A to point B and knowing that, like, you just have to do whatever it takes to, like, that's the line you have to take. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's great.
Yeah. So Martian was great. Hail Mary was great.
Yeah. Yes.
Artemis was good. Not great.
Fair enough.
Artemis was Weir's second book.
Yes.
Still good. Not nearly as good.
Fair.
But, I mean, given that he's given us two absolute bangers, we can forgive the middle book for not being quite such a banger.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, like, they can't all be insane hits.
Right? You wouldn't think.
Like, he's done some crazy stuff.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much right. It's, there's a lot of stuff that, you can fix a problem, but people won't like it.
And then I'm not going to get deep into this, but there is in political, I don't know how historical, but political scapegoating, especially for female politicians and women in that situation, and or like even just the political nature of disaster and how scapegoating to fix it is like kind of the only way. Because of what needs to be done to resolve situations. And it's a fascinating...
The world runs on scapegoating these days, which is,
unfortunate.
I'm sure that's great and won't have any future problems. It's a musical quote. What's it from?
It's
Ruthlessness
from
is
the
mercy
Odyssey,
upon ourselves?
the Odyssey musical.
Oh.
I forget what it's called. Somebody...
I don't know much music.
I know a decent amount of musicals, but...
I know 90s alternative rock.
Hell yeah.
And that's about it.
I know...
And the Backstreet Boys. Obviously. Obviously.
So, I was a theater kid, but I was a theater tech kid.
Yeah.
So, I know a little bit about musicals, but I know that one because I don't think it's ever actually been performed. It was written online and released on Spotify. But it is a musical version of the Odyssey in its entirety, and it is quite good from what I know.
Fair enough.
I'm just not. I don't listen to musicals a lot. I listen to ska and
Epic
Mariana's
the
Trench.
musical on
Epic
Sco-
the musical.
on
That's what it's
Spotify.
called. Yes,
Fair
it's
enough.
the Odyssey.
Fair enough.
Very neat though.
I am
Who is it that's super into musicals?
not me. Tom is.
Tom is? Okay.
Yeah.
I know there's somebody.
I'm the one who has the hottest take on musicals that everybody's like, you're a jerk. And I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Oh, what is it? What's it? I want to hear it.
Musicals are fundamentally bad.
No,
No, sorry, that's not quite right. Musicals are fundamentally mediocre.
Substantiate, please.
You can have somebody who's an amazing actor.
Yep.
And you can have somebody who's an amazing singer.
Yep. You rarely get both.
Almost unheard of to have somebody that's both. Getting an entire cast of them, effectively impossible.
Well, that's why you don't need an entire cast of them.
Well, fair, but
most musicals are designed that you only need like 2 of those.
yeah.
But I do get where you're coming from.
So, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that musicals are they are fundamentally an art form that, at their best, will be
incredible.
Well, look, there's an argument that the combination of the two elevates both art forms.
Yeah,
I don't subscribe to that. That's not my thing.
Do you believe in the Gesamtkunstwerk? Is essentially the Gesamtkunstwerk.
I've never heard that phrase.
Okay, this is part of Mal's weird lore knowledge about the world from reading things and also learning about.
Wait, I take that back, Mr. Anti-Musical.
About like world culture. So there is a thing called the ring cycle.
Yeah.
Big, like old. A lot of things are based on it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is a man who made a adaptation or a version of the ring cycle on the Nibelungenlied for stage play, and it is essentially what he wanted to do. He believed that theater could be the culmination of all art. All art could be.
I think that's
crafted
reasonable.
into theater.
Yep.
And so. Everything was to draw the audience into believing in this world, and he called it his Gesamtkunstwerk, German,
Rolls
or
right
like
off the tongue.
the complete work. Essentially,
yes,
is what
is
what it is meant to be. It is this like the pinnacle of art.
I gotcha.
And so like musicals are like trying to push like it's like Shakespeare using cannons. It's like trying to push the limits and extent of art.
Yeah.
And a lot of people truly believe that theater is where art can like culminate. And it's fascinating.
So there's an interesting aspect to that, which is to some degree the perfect piece of art would kind of necessarily have to be
theater.
Something theater, musical theater, maybe, because if you consider that all art is effectively transcending difficulty, which I think is probably one of the truer descriptions of art, because it's always, it's not, well, just kind of imagine an apple. It's like, no, I'm going to figure out how to represent this to a global audience. And that is difficult. That is fundamentally difficult. And the harder the subject matter, the harder the art form, the harder the material, the more artistic we tend to believe it to be. For instance, marble statues have endured to this day as one of the pinnacles of art because it is so hard to do that. And so in that regard, something like musical theater, where you have to be effectively perfect at so many things at once, I think I could believe that argument. The problem for me is that very often the people who are producing such things don't bother to be good at them.
Yes. And there's also the argument to be made that art is for the soul, like it's to create, it's not to be good. But I agree with you.
Yeah, well, there's and hey, I will never tell anyone that they shouldn't enjoy musicals, that they shouldn't produce them, they shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Great, wonderful. I think they're awesome.
But you have
they're
a
not
reason
my
that,
cup of, I would
fair.
rather watch a really good like play/movie of something and separately listen to a fantastic soundtrack of that thing than watch the combination of it. And that's mostly because I tend to believe both individual will be better than the combination. But
That's fair.
not everybody feels that way, and that's totally fair.
I like a musical, but I don't watch them live. And if I did, I actually had planned on going to see...
I need to swap seats because my laptop is about to die.
Oh, here, you can have this back.
Oh, okay, you are done with that?
It'll stay hot for long enough that I
Okay.
can use it.
Yeah, I think we're probably wrapping up soon anyways.
Yeah. If I were to watch a musical that isn't like something local that I'm supporting,
Yeah.
because that's a different case,
Yeah, obviously a very different thing, yes.
I would go to Broadway. And in fact, I had tickets to see Beetlejuice on Broadway
Yeah.
in spring of 2020.
Well, why didn't you go?
Right? And like that I knew the casting I would love. I had already seen clips. I had seen stuff. Also, if I go to see a show live, I am there for the tech, set, props, and everything else. I am not there.
There's so much that has to be done well in order for it to be good. And to that extent, I think there is a strong argument for it being sort of the pinnacle of an art form.
Yes. It's just hard to do right.
It's just very hard to do right.
And that's okay.
It's so much easier to do the individual pieces well.
Yep.
And I think that's really where it comes from. It's not that I have a fundamental problem with musicals or anything else. It's just that a lot of them are done...
Okay. Yeah. Very fun.
Which is not to say that like I have the same opinion of things like operas or anything like that, because those are different. Like those are... I'm not saying opera is my favorite thing in the world, but like I fully respect the art form. I think in some cases it's amazing and everything else. It's that trying to combine so many art forms in one place is very, very hard to do.
The more art forms
Very
you
hard to
try
do
to combine, the more difficult it is to have a cohesive final product. And theater already incorporates, I'm burning myself, theater already incorporates so many
that adding music on top is just,
Very
it's
difficult.
asking a lot. Yeah. Did you see the 20-sided tavern performance perchance? I did not.
No. But yeah, the key, actually one of the key reasons I wanted to go see Beetlejuice specifically was that they change out the entire set
Oh, yeah?
3 times during the musical.
Wow.
And they have to be so particular with where they show it because of how it's engineered.
Yeah.
They have there's a video on YouTube you can look up where they show a little bit.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Because there's like the other world and the stuff. So they fully swap that set out, like not like once during the intermission, but once is like in the middle of it all.
That's fun.
They also have like the giant puppet that's like looks like it's
yeah.
wrapping around the stage because they have it constructed on
Nice.
either side.
Nice.
It is some of the coolest shit.
I was very disappointed because I did set construction for one of the local theater groups for a little while. And I did it because I was like, okay, this is super cool because this is something that you can do a lot with.
Mm-hmm.
And they never wanted to do anything cool.
No.
They never wanted to do anything interesting. And I was like, but we could make this fun. We could make this interesting. And they're like, no, we just need a set of stairs. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
What?
But
Okay.
like, okay.
That sucks. I'm so sorry.
It was just very uninteresting.
I got to stage manage a production of Matilda in my high school. And I, at the time, was dating our tech manager. And we, during a brainstorming session with like all of our crew, somebody came up with, and we ended up implementing the idea. So Matilda, the musical, very school themed.
Yep.
And in our school, I think a lot of drama classes have the square boxes that you use.
Yeah.
And what we ended up doing instead of like building any big set pieces or anything, was we made those boxes into those children's letter blocks.
Yeah.
And we would build the set out of that. But there's also key moments in songs in Matilda where there's words spelled out.
Yep.
And so we had to train our actors so freaking hard. There was so much math for how to design the blocks to make this possible. But we would spell out the words across the stage.
That's cool.
Were there spelling errors during production, during like actual nights?
Sure.
Yes, but we almost nailed
Yeah.
it down. It was one of the coolest set things I have ever done in my life, and I stand by it.
That was the kind of stuff that I was hoping that they were going to want to do.
It's so
Just
good.
like
Yeah.
interesting stuff. And instead, it was always just kind of like, wow, we just need a platform that somebody can stand on top of. It's like, okay,
Oh.
like that's fine.
Like,
Like
that's
one of the shows was Spam-A-Lot, Monty Python Spam-A-Lot. I'm like, of all
Oh.
the shows that you could do
fun
some fun,
set prop anything.
Yeah.
With. Yeah.
like the whole like frickin' castle scene and everything. It's like we could do fun stuff with this.
Yeah. But no,
no,
that's so sad. I'm
no.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I remember.
Like one of the things that I was like, okay, so there's like the cow thing, right?
Yes.
There's like throwing the cow. I'm like, so what we should do is we should like have like a little like stuffy cow or whatever, and then have a big ass cow stuffed, of course, like light, but like have it come in and just like wreck the top of the castle off.
Hell yeah.
Because people won't expect it. It'll be like, oh my god, that was cool, and now
Yeah, and they'll talk about it
Exactly.
too. Like,
So
because like, I also for Matilda, there's a scene where the principal
they
takes
did
this child.
unwhimsy Spam-A-Lot, and I will never forgive them for that.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
There's a scene where the child is like swung around by
Yeah.
their braids and thrown, and we just made like a horrible stuffed human where they could
Sure.
grab the braids, roll them around, and chuck it into the wings.
Rock on.
Was that a nightmare for us? Yes. Was it hilarious?
Yeah.
Also, yes. Like that's
So yeah, the 20-Sided Tavern was an off-Broadway show that used a phone app to include the audience in a D&D improv show. That sounds really interesting.
wait. They were in Guelph last year. I saw
Oh,
them.
yeah?
I forgot that was their name.
Oh,
They're
okay.
a Toronto, or I think, I don't know if they're Broadway or
No,
off-Broadway.
it's off-Broadway.
Off-Broadway.
Yeah.
I think they're Toronto-based. They run out of Bad Dog Theater, I believe. Bad
Okay.
Dog Theater, incredible improv theater. If you're in the
Interesting.
Toronto area, go. They came to the Guelph Comedy Festival, I believe, because
Okay.
the foam dice,
Yeah,
right?
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden and I
I wasn't
went.
there, but
Aiden and I went. It was so funny.
Cool.
It was so funny. Incredible show.
Crafty Canuck said it's just a diorama. Yeah, that's really how they treated the sets, and it was I don't know.
That's sad.
It was unfortunate because I was like, yeah, this will be super fun. We'll like do some cool stuff. We'll like make some cool like mechanisms to do some interesting stuff. We can, and it was just like we need a box this size and a platform. And it's like, fine, but like, holy crap, could you make this less interesting?
Yeah.
And like I would get it if it was an issue of like budget or anything else, but it's like I was working at Google, I had lots of money, I was like, I'll fund this. Like you don't need to worry about the budget. They gave me a budget of like $500 for the show or something. I'm like, I'm not gonna bill you anything. Forget that.
Mm-hmm.
I will build you what you want. And they just
Didn't want
there was no
anything.
imagination behind it. I'm like,
That's so sad.
can
I steal the plug back momentarily?
you can, I guess.
I'll give it back in a second. I just want to glue
Wow,
this.
that should be enough for me to get to the. We're gonna wrap up
it
in a bit.
soon. I'm gonna glue this down to the base because
Oh, yes.
otherwise.
That makes sense.
Did I already glue
I
it down?
think you
to the
might
base?
have already glued it down to the base
Hey, buddy.
inadvertently.
Hey, buddy. You want to like? Are you over here? You are over here.
There it is.
I found one.
Oh, there's
Where's the
more
second
than
one? Where'd I put the second one?
I don't know. I think it's literally under it because all the edges seem to be lifting up.
Got it.
But
Good to know this glue sticks to the surface.
yeah, right. Different show, but it's super cool. Yeah, that does sound super cool. Yeah, I would like to do if I ever end up going to shows with the Six Sides crew again, which I'm not sure when and if that'll ever happen, but if I do, that's the kind of stuff that I would like to do, make it more engaging.
Yeah.
It's also the kind of stuff that I want to do with the stream audience when we do Shadowrun.
Ooh.
I want to like there's going to be like website stuff that people can go and actually partake in, and it'll
That
be fun.
does sound very fun.
It should be good. I got a lot of work to do between now and then, and obviously to some degree some of this is contingent on me getting my company fully off the ground, but
We'll get there.
yeah, it should all come together. And then yeah, I want to make Shadowrun really engaging for the audience when we kick it off. So, and they'll be able to lend assistance or throw a wrench in the works. and it'll be fun.
Beskar will have fun.
Yeah. There'll be some extra special Bezkar stuff.
Yay.
But yeah, I just want to make
Cool thing.
entertaining and cool things. That's all I
Yeah.
want.
entertaining and cool things, especially entertaining and cool things that people can engage with.
Yeah, it's in the engagement that's like that's why I've never been all that interested in the pre-filmed stuff that we do for Six Sides. Like I get it, and it's important for growth and everything else, but that's never what I've been interested in. I like streaming because it's engaging.
Yeah.
And you actually get to like hang out with people and it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
It's not just straight consumption. I think it matters a lot.
It's why I've wanted to like stream some of my builds, like cosplay stuff, but now, and I'm such a big like fan of our build streams, is because we get to chat, we get to do stuff. I'm terrible at doing stuff when I'm alone, so this helps a lot.
Yeah, I got to start actually bringing stuff to do during the build streams.
Hell yeah.
It's just most of the stuff that I work on is not conducive to working on at the table.
Fair.
But I got to bring like minis to paint or something.
Yeah.
So
I would be climbing the table if I could.
Right.
I just fear deeply that this table will not allow me to climb it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like,
if I end up getting another shipment of leather in the nearish future, maybe I'll do a little bit of leather stuff. But
that'd be awesome.
I've been putting it off because I've been trying to limit the amount of side quests I'm on, so that I can finish the main quest, which is securing future income.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunately.
It's an important one.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
What days do you guys build streams? So we don't do this as a general rule, but we are going to start doing build streams more consistently.
Sorry, I just threw Phineas.
That is part of what we're figuring out during the summer, and we will be doing more frequent build streams during the summer as well.
Yes.
So we will let you know is the answer. It's probably going to be Sunday is the answer, because I don't think it's going to be Wednesday as general rule. We will occasionally do build stuff during this slot on Wednesdays, but mostly it'll be Sunday.
Tides.
Yeah.
It's usually a lore stream and then tides, but Sundays I'm thinking more build stuff.
All tables are climbable at least once.
Yeah, this one is very much a once. I think it would be a once,
yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. I'm a big either floor time crafting person or sitting on top of the tables like a little gremlin climbing.
Yeah. But yeah, so build streams, we are figuring it out. We are absolutely going to be doing more of this kind of thing. And we want to get more of the crew in working on stuff and like doing whatever, painting, crafting, whatever. We want to do all of that. We got a lot of shit to figure out behind the scenes.
Yes.
So,
but in the meantime, you can catch us on occasion. We'll be announcing it in the Discord.
Yes,
so.
we will always announce as best we can in Discord, and Mal and I tend to do stuff on Sundays when we're doing stuff. But occasionally we'll hijack the lore stream. I think we're gonna wrap up. But if anybody wants to catch Danielle and I doing some streaming stuff later tonight, it'll probably be around 8:30, which is like 45 minutes. Jump over to Dice to Pixels and drop a follow, and you will get an alert when we go live. And otherwise, we'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, with this fully fleshed out, hopefully.
Yeah, super fun. Thanks so much for hanging out and chatting. It makes a huge difference. It would be so much less interesting if we were just here alone.
Sad.
So thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for all of your continued support, chats, everything else. And we will see you
later.
Soon. Bye.